edition of the program. Thanks for being along for the ride. We got a big show lined up this afternoon. Walker has the day off. Bear is back.
All is right in the world.
Would we call that a like-for-like trade, Bob? Upgrade, downgrade?
You know, positives, pros and cons on each end.
Remains to be decided. So just see what happens over the next 3 hours or so.
I'm happy to see Bear. I'm happy to see.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.
Chris Lowe of On3 Sports coming up in just a few minutes on the show. David Gabriel Georges, the five-star running back from Baylor Chattanooga by way of Canada, going to announce his college destination 1 week from today. It'll be 5:30 a week from today, so that news will come down during the program. That's going to be exciting. And CeeLo spent basically an entire day with DGG down in Chattanooga, and I finally went back and read that article today, Bob.
Yeah.
And first of all, I didn't realize how much I was going to have to set aside some time. Usually you could skim these things in a minute or two. Okay, I set aside 10 minutes and really dive in here.
Good piece, though.
Yes. Yeah, and I've got a lot of questions for Chris, who got to see this young man in the flesh. And I guess my main question, and I think the answer is yes. I know our fans want him. I want him, but it's one of those things. At what price? Because I'm reading Chris's article, and all the top running backs in college last year were making $700,000. I think was the highest paid guy.
Yes.
I don't know that there's been a college running back make $1 million yet. Maybe Quinshon Judkins or Travion Henderson a couple of years ago for Ohio State. But we're going to start this kid out at $2 million. Is
that the number?
Yes.
It's $2 million a year for 3 years is the offer in front of him.
Kid looks like a chainsaw to me, Russ.
Well, we said the same thing about Nico when we signed him. And that was for a quarterback. This is a running back, a position that, if you're more than a casual observer of the sport of American tackle football, it's a devalued position. They don't get paid much in the pros, comparatively speaking, and that has trickled down to the college game. It's just not a position people have invested in. So, and I don't know that this is a question that Chris can answer or that any of us can answer. This might just be one of those things, much like Bear's value to the program, remains to be seen.
Well, it's funny to me. Go ahead.
David Gabriel George. Don't get sidetracked, Bear. It's okay. You weren't here yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've got a bunch of cheap shots just loaded up.
You know what? I still notice, even when I'm not here, I pay attention because I'm psycho. Okay, I'll admit that. But I still drive a good 50% of the conversation, so I think I know what my importance is to this show. I drive this show, brother. Continue on with your segment.
Wow. The very humble Bear returning to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. But
me $2 million.
DGG, it's $2 million for a running back. It's a big chunk of your budget, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
He better be worth it, man. He better be worth it.
I think you're right. I mean, and we're going to dig into that with CeeLo from the standpoint of, you look at some of the running backs last year that were dominant in college football. One right here in the SEC, Ahmad Hardy at Missouri. I think he came in for $400,000 last year.
Wow.
So it's a big difference, but I'm looking at it from a rationalization standpoint of, we're trying to build something here. This is make this guy like an anchor tenant in your roster, your shopping mall that is, use that kind of analogy.
You can look down the road and see here in 2 or 3 years, it is fascinating to think of Faison Brandon, David Gabriel Georges, Tyreek Keys as your, if you want to go in the Wayback Machine, and Aikman, Irvin, Emmitt Smith triumvirate of talent at the skill positions. That's a pretty good group of 5 stars.
Absolutely.
That you've got there, and we'll see if that comes to fruition.
Yeah, I read the piece and just got me more excited.
Well, the players that he's compared to, Herschel Walker in that piece, and then one of his coaches compared him to Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
If he is anything like either one of those players, then I would say that it has been worth the investment.
That and Tennessee's got it first legit shot in a long time towards being in the Russell Closier's, the Heisman Trophy competition, Bob, which usually sets Russ off.
To hell with the Heisman.
Here we go.
I think it's, Eric Westmoreland, who has some firsthand exposure to this guy and some of the guys he compared him to. I mean, he put him in the same breath, like you said. You talked about Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned one of our guys, Jamal Lewis, who he played with. Westmoreland did. And then also, I think he mentioned Derrick Henry. I mean, it's like, man, that is some high cotton right there with all those guys. That's pretty wild. I'm like I said, I'm excited. I get more excited after I read this piece, but then it's like, oh God, what if it doesn't happen? Then, that's the only
like if
thing.
we don't get him.
Yes.
I don't worry about that at all, man. I think it's a done deal, signed, sealed, and delivered, man.
Yeah.
I don't either, because I've not really allowed myself to get that caught up in it. So if it doesn't happen, that'll suck, but I'm not as emotionally invested as a lot of people are.
My worries are more along the lines of A, is he going to live up to the hype and be worthy of that money? And then B, can he stay healthy over the course of 3 years? Because that's a lot of money to be tied up in a guy who, if was running back, very physical position. And, rarely does a season go by where a starting running back in this league doesn't have at least a minor injury, if not a major one.
Right.
So that's something that bears keeping an eye on. And the only other thought I have is, as far as the Jamal Lewis thing goes, it struck me reading that today. Man, we're putting a lot of weight of expectation on this young man's shoulders. When Jamal got here, he was a freshman. His true freshman season was Peyton's senior year. So we were already functioning at a high level. We won the SEC in 1997. Jamal Lewis's, he was a big time, highly touted recruit who obviously lived up to the billing, but he was just a piece of the puzzle. That's how good we were at that time. He didn't even start right out of the gate. He had to learn the blocking schemes infamously. And Mark Levine and Sean Bryson started ahead of him until we lost to Florida. And then we turned him loose. And that's a whole nother story. But Jamal was just a piece of the puzzle, man. There were already stars all over that offense, and you sort of plugged. There wasn't a ton of pressure. I feel like with this kid, with the salary that he's going to be making and the expectations that are going to be there, it's going to be a lot for him coming on campus.
It is, but at the same time, when he, assuming that he does end up here, he'll either be going into the second year of the Faison Brandon being the starting quarterback, so an established quarterback, or possibly, George McIntyre's last year here as a starter. And I mean, we know that we've got talent right now at wide receiver. We've signed talent he's going to be surrounded by a lot of talent. So, but yeah, I think there will be. I agree. It's definitely going to be some added pressure.
So we talked yesterday about my adventures in Facebook Marketplace, and I went on my rant about how people being late is probably my biggest pet peeve.
I heard it.
Just drives me crazy, man, when people are late for anything. I value your time, you value my time. Let's be on time.
Together. Yeah, let's be pros.
So today, I had an even worse experience.
Really?
Yes.
How?
Well, I had an appointment with a company that will remain nameless. They're in the service industry, we'll just say. And I scheduled this appointment yesterday. There's nothing major. It's, kind of a minor thing, but I just wanted to get checked out. Yes, home maintenance. And so I scheduled an appointment with a company, local business. And they send me a text for an appointment confirmed at 9:30 this morning. Great.
Reasonable hour.
Yeah.
Still sleep in a little bit.
Yeah. It will knock it out first thing in the morning. It'll be a load off my mind.
About 11, you're off on your day.
Yeah. So I'm up. I'm I'm dressed. I'm ready to go. 9:30 rolls along. They don't come. They're not here yet. Okay, like these things happen. People are late.
Oh no.
It gets to be 10 a.m. No, they're not here. No word from them. Yeah, now I'm kind of man.
That's the part to communicate with.
Thank you.
If you're going to be
Thank
late,
you.
have the common courtesy. Say, hey, I'm sorry.
Just shoot me a text.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on. So I've got a lunch meeting at noon, and it's fine. You know me. I like to get a little walk in before whatever.
Get a good sweat.
It gets to be 10:30, Bear. They're an hour late. I've not heard anything. So at this point, like I'm a little bit mad, but I'm also like I'm double checking the message. Did I get the day right? Like, is something wrong? Like, did we mess up? Did they mess up something in the computer or something? So I call. Hey, this is Russell Smith, such and such address. I've got an appointment. Are we good here? Oh yeah, you're up next. He had one more stop to make, and he should be on his way. Okay. So I wait, and he shows up about 20 minutes after that, and we get it done. But he was over an hour late.
Yeah, I don't deal well with that. I heard that yesterday. I feel about the marketplace thing, and this is more infuriating to me.
Yeah, it really messed
because you're paying them. Unlike yesterday, you were trying to sell somebody something.
And do I get anything taken off my bill for the work I had done?
Your time is valuable, Russell.
No. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know what's going on in this country anymore. I mean, it used to be the cable guy was notorious for this, right? I'll be there between noon and 4. Like they give you, like, I don't know. My wife was saying we had, in the mattress that we sold yesterday, the one that we replaced it with that came to our house a couple of weeks ago, the company gave us the window between like 8 a.m. and noon. And my wife is like tracking it, and she said like it kept changing, like it would shift.
Yeah,
They're like now it's 10 to 2, now it's 11 to 3, now it's 3 to 7, now it's back to noon to 4, and
that's when I get
it's like what is happening here? I understand if you're delivering stuff, you got a van full of things, and maybe it's going to take
traffic's racked up.
Yeah, things happen, so you give the window. Sure. I get that, but if you say you're going to be there at 9:30. And you can't make it, and you're going to be more than 15 minutes late, I'll say. That's my line. Maybe it's different for other people. But if you're going to be more than 15 minutes late, don't you owe a phone call or a text or something to the customer and let them know what's going on?
Sure, just in general. I mean, that's all I've ever required out of people it was when people come into work late. Like the big deal with me is just, if you know you're going to be late, that's not that big of a deal. Life happens.
Yeah,
you have to call.
I have an appointment today with a potential advertiser at noon that we'd set up earlier. That it took me a while to set up, and we had it confirmed Monday.
I would have just left.
I'm the they're the purchaser. They're me in this analogy from this morning, right? What would they say if I was an hour late to our meeting that we had scheduled?
They wouldn't. You wouldn't. They just wouldn't meet with you. So
yeah, and it would be game over, no deal.
Yeah,
automatically, and that would be totally my fault,
for sure. Now I did find Bob. I found one of your things odd yesterday. You don't like it when people show up early to appointments.
To appointments, not okay. If somebody shows up early for a job interview, that's great. Shows their initiative, they're put together, all that stuff. I was talking about meetings that I would have with people on my staff who would show up outside my office like 10 minutes early, like, hey, you ready? And it's like, no, I'm not. I've got.
Oh, okay.
That was my point. I might not have clarified that well enough. But no, I mean, if somebody shows up.
It was a little odd because I'm usually an early shower upper for
sure.
Well, if it's somebody like Bob, I'm showing up 10 minutes, but I'm not saying, hey, are you ready?
Not
I'm
hovering
quietly
around
taking a seat and waiting till you call me.
Exactly. Well, that's worse because in my situation this morning, I don't know the company, the technicians, the people that are coming out. They don't know me or whatever. Like in your situation, Bob, it's your employees. They know you.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to be there on time. You're in the building with me.
Yeah.
There's no traffic or something. Like, just be
Walk
there right
upstairs,
at 10. Yeah, just be there right at the exact time. And, you know, you can be a minute early or late. But other than that, like, there's no reason for you to be. You work down the hall, Alice. You don't have to be here 5 minutes early.
Yeah, that was my point, was more to the extent of,
man.
it's fine if you get there early, but
All right.
and have a seat.
I just wanted a little bit of clarification.
It's about the details.
Yeah.
Life is about the details, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming up, Chris Lowe. He's scheduled to join at 3:20.
Yes.
Like, we're not going to call him at 3:30 or 3:35 without telling him anything. We might be a minute or two late or early, depending.
Yeah.
But
How
we
much
booked
we
the
talking?
interview at 3:20.
Well, and you know what I always do with a guest like Chris or someone is we'll hit the break and I'll text
Yeah,
him. I'll say we're headed your way in a couple minutes.
Yeah. It's the kind of professional courtesy you get here at Fan Run Radio.
Oh, this is the smoothest transition ever with CeeLo.
Yeah.
Bro.
All right, quick timeout. We'll talk DGG when we continue next here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide.
Afternoon edition of the program, and pleased to be joined now by Chris Lowe of On3 Sports. Good afternoon, Chris. How are you, sir?
Good to be with you guys.
Hey, good to be with you. Well, it is a week countdown now for Tennessee fans, as it's a week from today, 5:30 on the 22nd. Tennessee hopes to land a big fish, David Gabriel Georges. You had a chance to spend some time with him a week ago in a great article at On3 Sports. $2 million a year, the deal that Tennessee has put in front of David Gabriel George, resetting the market for running backs coming out of high school. What do you think, Chris? Is this player worth the amount of juice that Tennessee is putting forth to land him?
And that's a fair question. I think it's one that across the industry people are asking because of that position, not because they don't think he's a potential difference maker, but to pay a high school running back, $2 million. Remember, Ohio State's offering more than $1 million, so clearly they think he's worth a lot of money. But I guess we're going to find out. But I think if you flip that question and say, well, Tennessee's got a kid who's potentially an elite running back, a difference maker, maybe even a generational type talent, and he's played high school football in your state for 2 years, and you don't get him, and you let him go to Ohio State, maybe you don't back up the Brinks truck, and he goes to Ohio State and runs crazy, then what's that narrative going to be? Yeah. So I think Tennessee's been all in on him for a while and said basically we're going to do everything we possibly can to get him. We're going to pay whatever we need to pay to get him, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. If they don't get him, which I think Tennessee's in a good place with him, I really do. If they don't get him, it's not because of something that Tennessee didn't do.
CeeLo, thanks for joining, man. Got to say, first off, great work on the piece you did on On3. We were talking about it a little earlier in the show. It's feels like it helped us get to know this kid a little bit, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because you have, this isn't your first rodeo, kind of tracing and following these kind of highly regarded recruits. And I think back to the one that we had with Nico Iamaleava not too many years ago, where it felt like, and I got exposed to some of that myself, it was like, man, this one's, it's complicated, right? And I think they all are in their own way. But I think some people might even have a little PTSD from what happened with Nico. And based on what I read here about David Gabriel Georges, it seems like this seems like an entirely different scenario than anything we experienced with Nico and his camp. Would you agree?
Yes, I would. I mean, it's not the same. And that's not to say that there aren't people involved that are in his ear. I think his uncle, John, who played football in Canada, is married to the younger sister of David's mom, has sort of run the football side of it. David's parents can't speak English, so there's a language barrier there. And so John and his wife, Sabine, who has a legal background, she sort of handled the financial end of it. He doesn't have an agent. They've sort of handled this whole thing. And the parents have, in fact, I'm going to do something later this week where I've talked to the parents through John. I've asked them some questions, and he's translated for them to get sort of their take on it from a pretty unique vantage point. But no, this is not like Nico's recruitment. I mean, Nico had a posse. He was back and forth with that posse. Now, I tell you where it is a little similar. Tennessee was the first school that jumped way out there aggressively when a kid was in high school and said, we're going to pay you millions of dollars. They were sort of the first one to do that. Now, they're out offering David Gabriel Georges more money than any running back's ever been paid coming out of high school. So maybe those two parts are similar, but I think the recruitment itself, the way David's handled it, the way his family's handled it, are not similar. And that hopefully that's a breath of fresh air for Tennessee fans. For even if you were to go to Ohio State, I don't think this is in the same ballpark as that. But to be fair, I don't know that Nico ever was the one running that show.
He wasn't. I agree.
And so to sort of paint him as high maintenance or a kid who had his hand out. I don't know that that's fair. I think it was more the people around him.
Talking with Chris Lowe of On3 Sports this afternoon here on Fan Run Radio. And Chris, the pictures that you guys included of DGG with the shirt off, the workout gear. I mean, this kid is chiseled. He doesn't look like a kid. He looks like a 28-year-old grown man. And you wrote about, the diet and the commitment to working out and all this stuff. I mean, if it seems like he's got a good head on him, mature beyond his years, all those things. And it's exciting to think about with what kind of numbers he could put up in Josh Heupel's offense, considering the kind of numbers Heupel has gotten from running backs that have been lesser touted.
Well, he's very focused. That's people ask me, what was my main takeaway? That's my takeaway. He's laser focused on doing what he needs to do to be a great player. And you're right. He's mature for his age, physically and mentally. I mean, I even told him, I said, Dave, I can imagine growing up in this country and then moving to a French-speaking town in Montreal, and in 2 years going to a French school and having to learn to speak as quickly as you did. It's pretty impressive when you think about it. I mean, gosh, the kid's taking Spanish now and being taught in English. So I think that tells you a couple things about him. He's focused. He's willing to do the work. He can adapt. He went to a completely different place as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, and has thrived. He's had a lot of work, a lot of support, a lot of people around him. Baylor's an unbelievable school with all sorts of resources. But no, he's very focused, and I'm with you. I want to see how he fares at the next level. I mean, I've not seen one. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Have not seen one going into his senior year of high school physically that looks like this kid does. I watched him practice that runs the way he runs, has the power and the explosiveness. And that doesn't always translate. We know that in running backs, but I've not seen one. And people that I trust that know a lot more about it than me have said the same thing. Eric Westmoreland was an all-SEC linebacker at Tennessee. Played on their 98 national championship team. I've known him a long time. He's coached there at Baylor for almost 2 decades. He played with Jamal Lewis. He played with Travis Henry. And he said he hasn't really seen one like this. And he referenced Jamal, when Jamal came to Tennessee as a freshman in 97. And I was covering that team for the Tennessee. And I remember I first laid eyes on Jamal and felt, this kid looks like he's ready to play the NFL right now. But he was a year and a half ahead of where David is right now. David's just going to his senior year of high school. So no, I agree. It'll be fascinating to watch to see what he does. Josh's offenses have produced big running games. And the one thing I will say, we start talking about the money, what Tennessee's paying him. I think this is also a fair question to ask. Running backs who gain 1,000 yards have been pretty plentiful in his offense at Tennessee. Dylan Sampson ran for almost 1,500 yards 2 years ago, which was a school record, and he was SEC Offensive Player of the Year. So if you bring in a kid like this and he runs for 12, 13, 1,400 yards in his first year, is that going to make a big difference? I don't know. Or does he run for 1,800 yards? But there's just questions like that I think people are asking around the sport, around the industry, that are fair. But I sure I look forward to watching and seeing just what he can accomplish at the next level.
That's what I found interesting when I was reading the piece, CeeLo, and I wanted to ask you this in terms of, you talked about what Eric Westmoreland said about him. This coach at Baylor, Kimry, highly successful high school football coach that's been through a lot and has cultivated a ton of talent. He had glowing remarks about the kid before he even stepped on the field. Then you have like Will Muschamp sharing information with Kirby Smart. All these guys, this is super high praise. Have you seen, at least on your beat, when you've been covering all this stuff, have you seen this many people kind of saying up front, like, man, this guy's got it?
The one that's closest, Bob, is when I was ESPN, I actually went to Rock Hill, South Carolina. A great town, by the way. A lot of great people have come out of that town over the years. A little bit of an inside humor there because that's where I went to high school. To do a piece on Jadeveon Clowney when he was coming out of high school. He was the rage, number one player in the country. Everybody wanted him. He looked like, I mean, as a high school senior, he looked like Godzilla, the Predator out there on the field with these long arms and big and fast. Remember Ellis Johnson, who recruited him to South Carolina, telling me he's the only one he'd seen in a long time. He looked like you could take him from the high school field and put him on an NFL practice field, and he would not look out of place. And so I did a story similar to this on him for ESPN. And sort of when I was with David and spent time with him last week, it sort of took me back to that story. He would probably be the closest one. Now, again, it's probably not fair to say that David's going to be the impact player his first year that Clowney was. Remember, Clowney was a force his first year and then sort of shut it down after that because I think he didn't want to get hurt and he had to hang around for 2 more years and was still the number 1 overall pick in the draft. But if you remember, that first year at South Carolina, I think it was 11th, I can't remember if it was 11th or 12th. He was unblockable. And those thoughts sort of went through my head. Will this kid be that good that quickly? But, you see guys like that come out. Alabama had a few of them back there in Saban's run when I saw him for the first time as freshman. Julio Jones would be another one, quite honestly. When he got to Bama in 2008, I think it was his first year. He was from the Mobile area. I remember going down there in the spring and watching him practice. And his size and his speed, his ability to go up and get the football, the way he could separate, his work ethic. He's the first one down, first one back on sprints. I remember Saban telling me this kid's going to be unbelievable. Well, he was, obviously. He's another one. Now, we'll see. Proof's going to be in the pudding. Can Gabriel Georges be that kind of player? But clearly, people out there who do this for a living think he will be. I mean, Oregon offered him when he was a freshman, still in Canada. Georgia offered him. Alabama offered him. Ohio State's offered him more than $1 million, which is more than they've ever offered any high school running back. Of course, Tennessee's offers about $2 million per year. So there are a lot of people out there who do this for a living, who scout kids. And now that we're in the NIL/pay-for-play era, there's a lot of people wanting to pay this kid a lot of money to come play football.
Hey, Chris, when you're talking when you visit and you write a piece like you did on DGG or any of the aforementioned players that you mentioned seeing in high school before they got to their collegiate destination, do you ever get some of the coaches that you cover call you up and be like, hey, what do you think, CeeLo? Which way is the kid leaning?
Oh yeah. I mean, I have. I'll say this. I know people on both the Ohio State staff and Tennessee staff, and they have not really bombarded me about it.
Sure.
I got word to both staffs that I was going down there. Even the Ole Miss, some of the people on the Ole Miss staff, because I guess they're not technically out of it. I don't think they're really in it. I think it's Ohio State Tennessee battle.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let them know. But no, I think they understand, the staffs and as coaches do. Maybe coaches around other assistants and people I know around the college football world will ask me, hey, what do you think? They're not necessarily into recruitment. So I do get some of that. But I think the folks at Ohio State and Tennessee want him to have his day. And I don't think he's going to tell anybody at either school until he makes his announcement next Wednesday. I think his mom and dad are flying in, his uncle, his older brother, his sister, his cousin, John, his uncle, the one that sort of run it for him. They're all going to be in. They're flying in for the announcement. So I think they want it to be his moment. And that's, I think the kid wants that. And in fact, he told me, I asked him, I said, how close are you? I said, well, have you made a decision? Because his uncle had sort of said that. And he felt like he knew. And he just sort of looked around and smiled and says, it's complicated. You think and then you start thinking about it. You call my mom and dad, it's 50-50. He said, I just want to make sure it's, that I'm sure that I get it right. So I think he has a pretty good feeling which way he's going, but I don't think he's going to tell anybody until he announces it.
Have you been invited to that extravaganza next week, CeeLo?
I don't know if it's extravagant. Yeah, they actually did ask me, and I would probably go, but I'm going to be out of town next week. I tell you what, I am going to try to do. I am going to try to watch him play a game this year on Friday night when they play in Chattanooga, because I have not seen him play live. I've seen some tape and I've seen him on highlights, but I may try to pick out a game where they're playing a really good team. They're in their own league because they got a tough league. They play a really hard league, and they're playing. I think they're playing Trinity in Louisville this year. So they go outside the area to play. And I tell you, the one to see might be when they scrimmage Buford High down in Georgia early in August, because Buford High is loaded with SEC Division I players, and they won the mythical national championship among high schools last year. And that's a team that's, on defense, they got big kids that can run, speed, and that may not that if he runs for 200 yards or 50 yards is going to be the tell-all, but I think it certainly would be fun to see him playing and going up against competition like that.
Hey, money notwithstanding, obviously that's probably the biggest piece of this. But do we think, just when I read this piece and I see the pictures of DGG, and we talked about, nutrition and fitness, all this stuff is so critical to him. And a lot of schools have great strength and conditioning coaches, but this Derek Owings addition to the Tennessee staff, I gotta believe that's a contributing factor for him to be thinking about. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I know he hit it off with Derek on his visit, and they talked shop. I think Derek even laid out a couple things for him to do, regimens or workouts that I think David's been trying. Now, that said, Ohio State has one of the legends in the business, Mickey Marotti, who's been there forever. He was at Florida. When Urban was at Florida, he's been at Ohio State. So that, they've got their own guy. I think the thing that Derek has done, I think, really impressed Dave. In fact, he said it, that you looked at it, Indiana, all the guys that came in there from smaller schools or 3 stars, and then they turned into 5-star players. The way their bodies changed, the weight going from this to this, how they leaned up and got stronger and more explosive and more powerful. And he talked a lot about that. But that's his sanctuary, and the weight room, training, working out, he loves that. And you look at his body, you can pretty much tell that.
Yeah.
It's like he really looks like a Greek god. He turned 18, I think, last month in June. The one thing I've been asked by several people in the industry, do you think he's really 18? Or do you think he's older? I mean, seriously, they'll ask that. Is there any chance that he's older and maybe the birth certificate's been doctored or whatever? I don't have any reason to believe that. But I could see how someone would ask that when they look at it and see this kid looking as physically mature as he is, having just turned 18. I don't know about you guys. I didn't look like that when I don't know anybody that looks like that.
I had some moments.
Maybe you, Bob.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
I bet Rick Barnes looked like that. You guys call Barnes and say, did you have a physique when you were coming out of Hickory, North Carolina, that looked like that?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, last thing from me. We'll let you out of here. Did you have a chance while you were down at Baylor to see the other highly touted prospect on that roster? And, of course, I'm talking about young Marshall Manning.
I did see him. He was out there throwing. He's not tall, but he's got big hands and big feet. I think he wears like a size 14 and 15 shoe, so he's going to grow. I think he's only 14, maybe 15, but he throws a nice ball, and ball really comes out well. Peyton comes by there and watches him practice some. He sits off by himself, but he looks like he's going to be a really good player. The quarterback on that team that was really impressive is the one that just transferred from Connecticut, Keegan Croucher. He's going to go to Ole Miss. He's an Ole Miss commit. He's a big, tall guy, 6'2", 6'3", can really sling it. He went to the Elite 11 finals this year and was very impressive. So they've got some talent on that team, but he's a guy that I think SEC fans will see in the next 2 or 3 years have a lot of success. You know, I saw Marshall. He was out there. I think he'll probably be their backup, or certainly be a guy that will have a chance to get some time this year. But he's to be his age and you know, not really having played. I guess he hadn't played any high school football. This is his first year of high school. He looks like his dad, the way he sets up, you know, just his mechanics and everything. You could sort of see a young Peyton. He's just not nearly as tall as Peyton was. But I bet you in the next 2 years, he shoots up pretty good.
Hey, last question for me, CeeLo. I had seen a couple days ago you dropped a thing on On3, the 10 most impactful SEC football transfers for 2026. And my question to you is, there's an obvious omission there. That would be Chaz Coleman is not on there. Would he have been on your top 10 list if you were having to put that together like 2 months ago?
You know, honestly, no, Bob, because you know he didn't do anything in the spring. He didn't play.
Yeah.
I think he was on the field for 2 days of practice. So there's really no, you know, there's no body of work there here at Tennessee. He didn't go through any of the off-season stuff. You know, so if you talk to people like Derek Owings and teammates, they never really saw him do anything.
Yeah.
The only thing you go on is he certainly had some potential when he was at Penn State, but he got a concussion late in the year last year, and he didn't have a lot of numbers. I mean, he certainly would have been a guy, I think, had he been able to sort of jump in with both feet and go through spring and really invest in an off-season program that could have been that guy. But no, I mean, I don't think I would have. I think Xavier Gillum, it will, even before we knew what Chaz wasn't or was, I think it's a guy that will be make a huge impact. And they need him to in the middle of that defensive line. They need him to be an all SEC caliber type player. And I think from everything I've heard, the people I've talked to, the way he played in the spring and what he's done in the offseason, he will be that type of player. I think TJ Metcalf at safety, the kid from Michigan, is another one that will give them a huge boost in that secondary. They just haven't been very good at safety the last few years, and I think he's got a chance to be one of the better ones they've had back there in a while.
All right. He is Chris Lowe with On3 Sports. You can follow him on the social media website formerly known as Twitter at CeeLoFB. Chris, really appreciate the time. Thanks for joining.
Okay, be sure and ask Barnes when you get him on if his body came close to looking like DGG's when he was coming out of Hickory High School.
Yeah, no doubt.
A young Bob Baskerville.
Exactly.
Bronzed Adonis.
Yes. I think you're right. CeeLo, thanks, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
He's like, no way you're asking
What
Barnes
What
that.
were you were a spark plug? What?
Oh,
Yeah, he was a spark plug.
Spark plug.
Yeah.
Young spark plug.
Speedway's finest, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Built different up there, I hear.
A lot of bangs in my hair back in those days, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Coming down in the
Did a
front.
70s bowl cut like Matthew McConaughey on Dazed and Confused?
Not a bowl cut, but
all
You
right,
did
all right.
confess
all
to the
right.
mullet earlier, didn't you?
but that was post high school.
That was 80s Hollywood.
That was late 80s and in Hollywood, man. Come on.
Were you here when he was talking about going to those Hollywood parties and the people who had like nude photographs of themselves framed?
Hey, let me ask you this: like, you don't. It's been on. I've seen a lot of it on videos about these crazy Hollywood parties that like smart celebrities and people don't want to be involved. They say to leave before midnight.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm just like Rick Barnes almost took that UCLA job. I'm just trying to picture a coach's face when he walks into some bigwig UCLA booster and sees like a picture of
Yeah.
the guy's wife nude hanging on the wall.
Yeah. That one always puzzled me. He always says he was going to go, but it's like, God, were you really? It just seemed like a weird fit.
I wonder like where he would be right now if that would have worked out or what. All right, quick timeout. You're listening to The Drive Fan Run Radio, 865-966-3435. Your number to get on board, 966-3435. Back to wrap up hour number 1 of the program right after this.
The Drive. You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM.
read for SM Athletics here if you want your team to be so sexy.
Okay.
Too
I like
sexy,
it.
some would say. Check out smathletics.com. They can hook you up with some jerseys, athletic gear for your sports team, screen print T-shirts, polos with your company's logo on them, that sort of thing. SM Athletics here in town does a great job. Again, smathletics.com, or just call them at 865-966-3434. Chris Lowe of On3 Sports. Bear, what did you learn?
Just I don't know, all these comparisons to like Herschel Walker. I mean, I guess it gets me kind of excited that, gosh, who did he say his high school coach was?
Eric Westmoreland,
That Emo or
linebackers coach on that team.
Yeah.
or that he's comparing him to Jamal Lewis, and I'm like, I realize this kid's really good, but that's, I mean, you're talking about a borderline Hall of Fame running back. That's maybe, I'm not saying pump the brakes, but maybe ease up a little bit. But now the other thing did jump out at me, and I hadn't thought about it until Chris mentioned it, was this is not a kid you're going to have to worry about coming in here and getting homesick or getting distracted. He's already spent however many years at at a football factory boarding school where you're there to play football. That's what your job is.
One thing we didn't touch on, and somebody brought up on the live chat, part of that article also said that his camp, DGG's camp, is like, hey, wherever we go, we plan to be there, barring anything wild happening. We plan on being there for 3 years.
Is it one of those deals where his parents are planning on moving with him?
Yeah, I bet that's the case.
They don't speak English.
No.
I don't know.
Would you? I don't know. The
I'd
family dynamics.
I'd learn French to get him. Would you? I'd try and learn French if it meant we'd get D double G.
Learning a foreign language, that's a big commitment, Bear.
He's a big time running back.
Yeah, everybody, we'll
Do you,
get Rosetta Stone on as an advertiser.
Speak any other languages?
I could speak a little bit of Spanish and understand.
What did you take in high school?
Didn't. I mean, I took like a month.
You didn't take a foreign language in high school?
Wow.
No, because I was. I mean, why you gotta always put me on the spot?
I'm not. I don't. This is not putting you on the spot. We all had to take a foreign language. It was a
They
requirement.
waived the requirement for me. I was disruptive in Spanish class.
How
They
did you
just-
graduate?
I don't. They were tired of me.
So you were the kid they just passed along.
Yeah, because I could blow out all the standardized testing.
Starting to make sense now.
stayed at school.
I think you're over it. It's very difficult. I was very good in French. I was like AP French and tested out basically in
Well,
college.
describe David
I
Gabriel
can't-
George in French.
That's the point. I can't.
That's because you
And
stopped using it like 30 years ago.
But I never got to the point where I was fluent.
I've always heard, Bob, you're the one who's out of the three of us has done the most international traveling. That if you learn a language like that, the best way to make sure you
Immersion.
you got to move somewhere where you're speaking it every
That's right.
day.
That's right.
I wish I'd done it, man. I had every opportunity, and I was such an idiot, 17, 18-year-old. I don't want to go live in France for a year.
Do you speak any
Stay
Russian?
here and hang out with all my dumbass friends.
What's up?
Did you speak any Russian when you'd have to go when you were going over there to?
I knew the basics, which I mean is nothing for you. That's like, I should be.
I don't
bouncing
speak it.
He just lives it.
yeah,
Understand some curse words.
just spasiba for thank you and just things like that. There was very little.
Spanish is one of the easiest to understand.
Sure, until you have to conjugate verbs and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about talking it, but I've
Yeah.
gotten pretty good over the years working with Spanish speakers in bars and restaurants that I can at least.
If I
know
had
when
to
they're
do it
talking
over
about
again,
me.
I would have done. Spanish is much more. I tried to tell my kid, my daughter didn't want to do it, but it's like, take Spanish. I won't tell that to my son. Try again. Take Spanish. Like that will actually serve you some good at some point.
and this is not a political statement or anything else. In this country, I would urge anybody with their kids to make sure they take a second language,
Yeah.
probably Spanish, just because it's in certain states.
gonna help you.
The population in the state of California is predominantly Spanish now.
I mean, I've had
They're-
owners I work for that offered to pay for me to learn Spanish.
Yeah.
Just so they could hire more Spanish speakers.
we couldn't do it now. It's easier for the younger you are, the easier it is to learn a language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the way
Like
your brain is.
If I told you, Bear, you'll get $10 million if you learn Spanish in 2 years, like it would be an all day thing. You'd have to enroll in classes.
I'd
and,
move to Tijuana.
Yeah, it would be
Wow.
hard.
Join a cartel, maybe.
Wow. Okay.
That would not be advisable. I don't think you're getting the $2 million. You might not make it through
10.
the 2 years.
Might end up right. El Bear. El Jefe.
Yeah.
Now, my son in high school, he took Mandarin, and he took
It's useful.
Yeah.
Well, no, I do actually think there is, that's the, any sort of Asian language as a second language is not bad either. But he did it because it was so symbol oriented versus, which is interesting because he had a little bit of ADHD. And so they were like,
It was easier for him.
easier to process.
I've read that, like, if you can learn like Pashtun or Arabic,
How long do you think it would
Farsi.
take to learn Arabic?
Farsi, that you'll never go without a job. You'll always be employed.
Feels like
Work
that
for
would
the
take a
government.
long time.
I don't know. Again, there's some people that, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys, everybody's got that one person they know that can. Like my younger brother can speak like
it wouldn't
three or
take wouldn't take as long. They wouldn't be sitting there looking at their clock, wondering
How'd
how
you,
long it was going to take.
how'd you balance all this in your intelligence, your counterintelligence days, Bear, when you were training all these other languages?
I know nothing, Bob. I don't know what you're talking about.
Drive continues. Hour number 2 coming up.
The Drive. Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Only 3 homestands remaining for your Knoxville Smokies, and some of the best promotions are still to come. Join us the last week of the month for Paint the Park Pink Night or Knoxville Giants Night. In August, we've got UT Night and free hot dog night, and we end the season in September with Ice Bears Night and Fan Appreciation. So much fun still to come. So get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway here on Fan Run Radio. The Top 4 at 4 is brought to you by our friends at Knoxville Smiles. Guess I should have pulled this stuff up during the break, huh? Do it off the top of my head. Watch this. Number 1, Tennessee gets good news from pitcher Jake McCoy. The South Carolina transfer says he will forego an opportunity to play Major League Baseball after being drafted by the Blue Jays over the weekend. And he is in Knoxville trying to recover from Tommy John surgery. Time to pitch for next season.
Another one of our one-arm pitchers.
All this winning by Josh Elander all of a sudden. It's awesome.
I mean, it does, but the fate of next baseball season rests on the arms of a bunch of guys that have either had brace procedures, or have any of them had outright Tommy John?
Yeah, Jake McCoy.
So he had Tommy John.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we aren't even going to know if this kid's going to be.
Oh, he had it a while ago. He had it before this season. So he should be
before last season.
Yeah, he should. He blew his arm out in December or January, and he had it shortly thereafter. So,
and what is it, like a year, 12 months to
12 to 16 months is.
It might be a deal where if he's on 16-month end, we may not see this guy take the mound until like May.
Yes, if at all. Trosclair too. He's coming back. He had the brace. So.
I guess that's my biggest worry, Russell.
Yeah.
Calm me down. Talk me off the ledge.
Well, you're not really depending on him at the beginning of the year, so I almost look at him as like a project. It's a bonus. If he's ready to pitch at some point during SEC play, you'll work him in and maybe build him up, and it's going to be another A.J. Russell type thing. Landon Mack we're also worried about. But we've got more options. You got Appenzeller is healthy.
Who would you say are our Friday, Saturday, Sunday starters right now? Do we have 3?
Ideally, I think it would be
Appenzeller,
McCoy, and Mack. Yes, I think that would. But Parker Detmers is healthy right now. So, I think, he's a solid option. And did you get some of the freshmen from last year?
Okay.
Have you seen this video of Jake McCoy pitching? Was this before the surgery?
I don't know. What is it?
Either last summer's Cape League or the one that he's in. 10 strikeouts in 4 innings.
That's got to be pre. There's no way that kid's throwing like that right now.
Yeah, I would imagine that is
last summer.
Oh yeah, he's not pitching right now.
Yeah, but I mean, man,
the Cape stuff. I don't know what to make of that. I would love to ask Elander about that, because some of these guys do great in the Cape and then do nothing the next year.
Yeah.
Some of them struggle at the Cape and then go gangbusters. It's just, I don't know what to make of it. Number 2, sticking in the college baseball universe. The NCAA Rules Committee giving the okay on ABS for college baseball next year. It's approved by the Rules Committee, still has to be approved by another committee, but it feels like that's a rubber stamp type thing. So you'll be able to have the automatic ball strike with the challenge system at all ballparks that have it, which would certainly mean all SEC parks.
I like it. It wasn't such a time suck as some of the stuff that happens in football and basketball.
No, it's very quick.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, we're seeing it in the pros too, in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who gets the green light as far as hitters to challenge. And then I think it's going to place a premium of importance on your catcher. Your catcher's going to have a really good eye.
Yeah.
Number 3, they are getting set to begin the second half of the second World Cup semifinal between Argentina and England. They're scoreless at the half as they begin the second half of play in Atlanta.
I'm reading a headline from the British newspaper, the Times, the Sunday Times, where it says Argentina has tested England with the dark arts in a fiery first half. What the hell's going on over there?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't been able to watch it that closely, but typically the South American teams, when you talk about the dark arts, which is soccer language for faking injuries, like luring people, trolling people into exactly that. The South American teams are notorious for that.
Yeah. I want Messi home. I want to hear Wonderwall here in about 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, me too. Put my $10 on England.
I just don't think
England.
anything's going to stop the Spain train.
Bear, I was saying that if England does their job today and gets to the championship game, that means Sunday in England, Old Blighty, it's going to be quite a day. The final round of the British Open, championship for the World Cup.
They'll be those people over there for the World. They'll be insane.
Yeah.
The Spain train?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I workshop it?
Yeah.
The Spain train's barreling down the tracks.
I mean, they had a good win yesterday. It's still the team that couldn't score against Cape Verde in their opening game of this tournament.
How many goals have they given up, though? 1?
I think so.
It's pretty stout for this level of competition and offensive talent, you would think. I don't know. I'm kind of a casual, but who am I to say?
Oh, go ahead and have some confidence. Throw your opinion. It's never stopped you before from issuing an opinion with authority.
A fatwa. Go ahead.
That is, no, we got one more. Number 4, after a 5-way tie for second place, put Duke in the ACC championship game last year over higher-ranked Miami. A new tiebreaker policy announced by the ACC today. A move that Commissioner Jim Phillips described as getting the league to, quote, the right place to feature its 2 best teams. Change was also needed because the league is shifting to a new 9-game conference schedule this year because of previously scheduled non-conference games. 12 teams will play 9 ACC games and 5 will play 8 this year. Like, ACC, you want us to treat you as a real conference. This is the kind of stuff
scheduling
you throw out there. But, the number 1 tiebreaker remains head-to-head. The ACC said no team will be, quote, overly rewarded or penalized based on the number of conference games it plays. When head-to-head matchups cannot separate tied teams, the ACC will use the team success ranking provided by Sports Source Analytics as a way to reward the team with the, quote, strongest body of work. So in other words, vibes, man.
Yeah, I was going to say clear as mud there. Yeah. That's...
just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Wow. That is the top 4 at 4 brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. You check them out online at knoxvillesmiles.com. If it's been a while since you've been to the dentist, make sure your smile is ready for football season. Make it a confident, healthy smile that you can be proud of. From routine dental cleanings and checkups to teeth whitening and complete smile makeovers, Knoxville Smiles has you covered. Give them a call at 865-539-1776 or just go online to knoxvillesmiles.com and schedule your appointment. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Russell, Bob, and Bear with you on a Wednesday afternoon edition of the program, doing the thing as we mow through this edition of the show. Got a couple of open lines if you want to jump in. 865-966-3435.
I see where Michael Harris II is apparently in the building for the England. He's returning
Oh,
the
the
favor.
Braves. Oh, he's down. Oh, well, yeah, in Atlanta. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's got time off.
He's in the house for the 3 Lions.
Anybody watch the All-Star game last night?
No.
I watched some of. I always like the pregame stuff. All that's kind of cool.
I heard somebody got drilled in the hand with a 98.
Yeah, Caminero.
I didn't see that.
That was tough.
Did it break his hand?
I haven't seen yet, but he had to come out of the game.
I mean, 98 miles an hour baseball in the back of the hand.
Yeah.
Woo!
Not what you want to see in the All-Star game.
You know, man, if you can bump, like you get the back of your hand hit with something, it just hurts. I couldn't imagine.
I mean, these are the best players in baseball. The National League had 3 hits the whole game.
First shutout in the All-Star game in 13 years.
So it gives who is they still do that?
No. It's winning percentage now.
I kind of liked it.
When there was something at stake in the All-Star game?
A little bit, yeah.
How would you feel if your Yankees made it to the World Series and were playing an inferior opponent record-wise, but did not have home field advantage because the American League had lost the All-Star game?
A couple of Red Sox tanked the All-Star game out of spite. Pretty mad.
Yeah, I think I just was it just a rotation when we grew up? It was just National League one year, AL the next year?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's how it was.
Let's do it that way.
Bear, who got the MVP for the All-Star game?
I have no clue, Bob. I didn't watch it.
I don't know either.
I was half comatose.
He wears the hat you have on.
Oh, was it I know it wasn't Jazz. It was
Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
And
the guy Boone wouldn't start at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. And he had a 2-run single in the first inning. That's really all.
Boone again wouldn't start him at the beginning of the year.
No, I just had it on in the background. I did. My ears perk up. We're doing the interview with the batter now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like you've had the fielder interviews and I think last year, didn't Kershaw do one while he was pitching?
Yes.
And it's kind of like, it's just the All-Star game.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to blow a gasket about any of this one way or the other, but man, it's got to be distracting to.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, could you imagine like any of the old like Smoltz or.
Well, Smoltz is in the booth.
I mean, but those guys, those old school guys doing, I guess it'd just be so alien.
I mean, maybe during an All-Star game, because like the All-Star game has always been fun, unless you're Pete Rose running through Ray Fosse to win the game at the end. But I remember like Randy Johnson throwing at John Kruk and Larry Walker turning his helmet around and all that stuff in the 90s. Like there's always been a kind of relaxed vibe about it as far back as I can remember. But yeah, the conversations weren't great. They did it with Bryce Harper, who is not Mr. Personality to begin with. And he struck out. And then Schwarber came up and his earpiece is falling out and he dropped an F-bomb.
Schwarber did?
Yeah, he was like, bleep it.
It's a little too much. I mean, they have so many players that are now mic'd up and have earpieces. And Dylan Cease, who was the starting pitcher for the American League, first inning, might have a few jitters. You're out there, the All-Star game, and they're talking like he'd throw a nice pitch. They were like, Smoltz would be like, man, that's a nice slider there, and he's hearing all that. It's like, that'd be a lot to try to concentrate on.
You know what I want him to mic up in just football. The offensive and defensive, the offensive line and the defensive front seven. The animals.
I watched the first episode of Quarterbacks last night with the missus.
How was
it
that?
Drop. Who's in it this year?
Charlie Ward, Cam Ward, your boy Jaden Daniels, your commies, Baker Mayfield, and Joe Flacco.
Cam Ward's my guy, Titan. Joe Flacco?
Yeah.
You sound like, do your old man voice.
No.
Back in my day.
Hey, Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
my wife
for the Super Bowl.
Mrs. Smith said that she didn't think Joe Flacco came off very good in episode 1.
Why? In what way?
I guess she said that he seemed a little out of touch because they show him when he won the Super Bowl with the Ravens.
Yeah.
the
Jamal.
Harbaugh Bowl.
Yeah.
He won a car as the MVP of the game. He's mic'd up and he's like, I win a car. He's like, cool. On the field, look at it. It's over there. There's this Corvette over on the side of the field. He's like, I win that car. And so that was 10 years ago that they won that Super Bowl. And they're at his home, wherever he lives now. And he's got that Corvette in his garage still. And he never drives it. It's covered in dust.
It's a trophy.
That's what they said. Yeah. They're like, it's a trophy. Like they drove it up here. He's like, I'm 6'6". I can't really fit in this car. He's like, I don't even know where the key is. There's no way it starts.
No, I mean, he'd have to get it.
Saving it for one of his kids or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sell it at some point. It'd probably be worth some money.
And then he's going into his house and he's like showing an MVP trophy that's covered in dust too. And these
trophies are trophies, whether they're Corvettes or.
I didn't think he looked bad. I disagreed with my lady's take, but
my
lady. Baker Mayfield is the one because I've always found him intensely unlikable. Even before he beat us, I don't. He's cocky. He's arrogant. I don't think he's that good. I mean, he's good, but I don't think he's that good.
He begrudgingly earned a little bit of respect when he took that power bomb from that cop and didn't break into a million pieces.
Well, they showed that, and every time I see that, I'm like, oh my God, because I mean, it's not the hit; it's being hit into the wall like he was.
Yeah, but he's a professional football player. This dude's built
He wasn't
different.
at the time.
Yeah, but he
probably was.
I mean, the guys that are capable of obviously he's one of them because he does it. They're built different than regular people.
Yeah, I thought the most likable. We'll see if they can make Baker Mayfield likable. This show can do anything. I thought the most likable of the four was Jaden Daniels.
I like Daniels.
He comes off pretty humble. And I didn't know about his mom. I think he was raised by a single mom, but his mom is like a sports agent and like a business tycoon and was before he became famous. And she's like, she manages his career basically.
But it's not like your typical.
She says like, I don't need Jaden's money. I've got my own money.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah. Cam Ward didn't come off as
he comes off all right, man. I don't know what I think of Cam. I want him to be good, obviously, as a Titans fan. He seems
every time I see him, he looks like he's just pretty much one track, just football.
Yeah, and he is. I mean, they show him, and he's like at home. He's watching film, and he's just football. It did have. They showed. Brian Callahan a couple of times. Like, oh man, I hadn't thought about that guy in months.
Yeah. What about where's Kirk Cousins? He's not in this one at all. Uncle Kirk?
No. Oh man.
What are you doing?
England has scored a goal.
Let's go.
And they were about to give. Argentina had a breakaway. This game's really opening up and massive tackle in the box. I thought it was going to be a penalty, but it's not.
How much time's left?
Over half an hour. Argentina corner coming up.
Yeah, there's been a lot of chatter about, back to Jaden Daniels for a second, that he was because he's been seen regularly with Juju Watkins, the women's basketball player from USC.
Oh yeah,
that they're dating, but they keep saying they're not dating. However, she's been in a lot of games with his mom and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, but isn't that what you'd say if you didn't want the attention?
I guess. Just another sports power couple brewing there.
865-966-3435, your phone number. If you want to get on board, 966-3435, your number to join us this afternoon. Coming up, we got to get an update on the spread of, I don't want to call it explosive diarrhea.
The
cyclosporiasis.
Yeah, it's that parasitic thing.
And it's on the lettuce now, too.
Yeah, it's coming in on there's a really simple explanation for why this is going on.
I had a huge salad for lunch today.
Yeah, you take your risk.
Did
I
roll the dice?
I had an upset stomach last night. I was starting to worry. Nothing really happened. I just had a bowl of cereal for dinner, and that was it. I was like,
I got nothing to worry about.
If you guys if you guys see me just leave, just pull a bear, just Irish goodbye in the middle of the show, just walk out,
I've never done that.
you'll know what pretty sure you did it the last time you were here, buddy. Tuesday, Monday.
What?
But that's okay. It's okay. If I get up and leave, just know that I have good reason, and I'll tell you about it later. We'll get the update coming up here in just a little bit. What else was I going to say? I had a thought.
Maybe if you stop watching soccer.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm
pay
distracted.
attention to the show.
I'm distracted, no doubt.
Bob and I can start talking about basketball. What our starting
Oh
five is
yeah.
going to look like.
No. I want to share a text I got with you from Bear last night, Bob. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Find this real quick. 7:56 p.m. Hey Russ, you think an all-star special from Waffle House has a lot of fat in it? No, Bear. I think that's
Well, I
health
was trying
food.
to think of different choices within the
Yeah.
special that you could go a little bit. You don't have to get the bacon or sausage.
Mm-hmm.
You get the city ham.
But you didn't know. You honestly did. You thought that the all-star special. You thought that anything on the menu at Waffle House might be a good option for somebody watching his girlish figure.
I just thought that you might, lie to me, and
Oh yeah, it's good. Go ahead,
you'll be fine.
load up, man.
I
Health food.
I played a little basketball this morning and then had a breakfast afterwards. Felt like I'd earned
Did
it.
you have like a parfait yogurt and fresh fruit?
No, I
Bob?
went to Waffle House. It was
Really?
Load up.
I just had some cheesy eggs and a little sausage, and that's it.
Wait a minute.
Wait, whoa.
Sausage.
Yes.
I'm a big sausage guy.
Wow. What kind of sausage do you have, Bob? Lynx or pate?
All they do, I think there's patties.
I love sausage.
But that's the first
How
time
do
I've
you
had
just get eggs and you don't get the toast? You
I
don't
didn't.
get
No,
big
I just
sausage
did
guy.
I just did them a la carte. I don't need the hash browns. I don't need the toast. I don't need.
You don't need the waffle.
I love
All
sausage.
the you don't like the good stuff?
I did. Yeah, I,
I
had,
love
had a little
sausage.
waffle of.
I love sausage.
My bride, but that was it.
Oh, you took the misses too, huh?
I love
Yeah.
sausage.
How romantic.
That's easy. It's
I
quick.
love sausage.
Always
Boy,
see somebody
I'm
I
a big
know in there
sausage guy.
every time I go.
Nothing like a big kielbasa. Just right. Great. Great.
That's the first time I've tried the cheesy eggs though. They were good, scrambled.
Great.
Best cheesy eggs ever.
They were really good.
Great.
I peppered them up. It was like I was
Delicious.
back
A
in
little
the
pepper, a
game.
little salt,
Back in the game. I was
a little
very-
hot sauce.
Great.
No hot sauce.
I'm not a hot sauce guy. Not
Great.
on eggs.
Take a quick time out. The drive continues. Back with more right after this.
Great.
The Drive.
Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
SMU is named a building on campus after their current starting quarterback. He's not given a big donation or anything. They're just like, we're naming it after our quarterback.
Yeah. The program is unveiling the Kevin Jennings Recovery Center, which is a new performance space made possible through the support of donors Ann and Malcolm Holland. As Ross Dellinger says,
is it their decision? They want to name it after Kevin?
I guess it says, Dellinger says, it's not often you see a campus building named in honor of a current athlete.
Yeah. What if he goes on to kill a guy or something?
And pulls a Brandon Sorsby.
Yeah.
He's a nice player. I can't believe he's still there. He took them to the playoffs the year before last.
Yeah.
I guess they got that SMU oil money paying him to hang around. He's got to be a senior, right?
Yeah.
GBO Kyle Beach says, Coastal Ball says the trick at Waffle House is to get the hash browns steamed, no oil, and tastes even better.
That just sounds, he's going to have to sell us on that a little more. That just does not sound as
it's all
appetizing.
like the
crispy
crunchy
top.
and
The
crispy and then
best
the
of both
soft
worlds.
underneath. No.
You get them plain or you get anything in them?
I'll get cheese. What is it? Scattered, smothered, covered. Yeah, cheese and onions. The one I went to last night, they had a dine and dasher, and the lady had on no pants.
What?
Yeah.
I think you might have buried the lead here, Barry.
Yeah.
You gonna clue us in? I mean, you got a pantsless woman dining and dashing at the local Waffle House, and you witness it?
I get out of my car at my Waffle House, and I noticed this old woman because she almost dinged my car when she was opening her car door.
Mm.
And then I get out and I kind of look back and she didn't. So I was like, that's cool. Hit the alarm on my car. And there's this little kid. I don't even remember now if it was a boy or a girl. It was like an 8 or 9 year old. It looked the same to me. Little kid. And they started to trip. And it was 4 feet away almost within an arm's reach, but they were going to bite pavement face first and I was like, oh God. And I was like, I didn't want to see this kid break all his teeth out. But he caught his balance.
What does this have to do with Dine and Dash?
It was their mom. So I walk in and then right in front of me at that booth, right in front of the door, I noticed it's that woman's not wearing any pants. Because she was covered in leg tattoos and stuff. It's kind of gross.
Oh my God.
But then I was
Waffle House, man. I mean, you're rolling the dice in there.
And I was kind of
she wearing a bathing suit?
I think that's what it was.
It's booty shorts?
I could see the tie on the side. No, there was no booty shorts about it, buddy. It was almost
people are
a thong.
Yeah.
And she's the kind of person that didn't need to be wearing one.
That's what we want. Your rear end all over the seat that they don't wash. There's a guy, he might come by with a wet rag once or twice a day, but the table, you sit down at the Waffle House table, it's never a pleasant, oh, look, everything's so nice and clean.
So anyhow, I go and sit down and I'm not really thinking about it. I'm ready to get my All-Star on. And then I heard the employees was kind of a commotion with them. And then I realize what they're talking about. And I look out the window and that lady has jumped in at some kind of SUV and then it roars out of that parking lot. But they got the license plate number.
Wow.
She dines and dashes with her kids.
With her kids.
No pants.
And it looked probably it looked like her mom. It was like an $80 tab.
Golly.
So I'm sitting there and the girl goes, she asked the other girl working, she goes, should I just call 911? They were like, yeah. And I look up and I was, usually I would not get involved. I was like, that's a bad idea. Just call the non-emergency number. Don't call 911. This is not an emergency.
Waffle House has got, man, what a cross section of peeps, man. I just saw this a couple of weeks ago. I guess the last time I went, there were little kids in there with their parents and they had no shoes on and they were running around and, ran out the door. My wife was like, is somebody watching? I mean, they're little kids, man. They could, how Waffle Houses are. There's cars pulling right up to near the door.
Well, and I'm pretty familiar with, I think, your Waffle House, and that's an incredibly busy intersection.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Little kid get killed like that.
Yes. I was just like, man.
Oh, yeah. That's not even counting the late night shenanigans.
Yeah, they had pants on the bright side.
I had a wild night at the Waffle House in North Nashville a couple of weeks back. They get rowdy in there after about 2 a.m.
Did you guys see a lot of people online are upset at A to Z Sports?
Over what?
They posted a piece, it was a little bit engagement farmy, basically saying, what was the headline, Bob? A former Vol gives.
Yeah, I hated it there or something. It was because, he came under the impression, it was Alontae Taylor. He was under the impression he was going to be a receiver.
But the headline to the tweet or whatever made it sound like he was ripping Tennessee, ripping the Vols. And then you open it up and it's like, when I was a freshman, I came as a receiver, and then they flipped me over to defensive back. And I hated it at first because I didn't know what I was doing. I was getting torched and everything.
But now I'm in the NFL living the dream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the headline said Alontae Taylor talks about his time at Knoxville, and it says, I hated it. Is
that fair? Is that fair on A to Z? Because it's a clicky post. Like I click on it.
They're some of the best in the business at clicky posts. I mean, we talk about it over at RTI saying, they kind of know the game. But it feels like they're really.
You guys ever do that?
Not to that extent, not that much, but yeah, everybody does it. We do it here.
So it's it's a tough line.
Sure.
To know what. I mean, do you consider what A to Z did with that? Is that inappropriate? It's a little misleading.
It's crossing the line, I think, and I don't mean like it's just it's just a lot.
I mean, I don't have a problem with a provocative title, or headline, like if the subject itself is provocative, but misleading, I think is. That's where it feels a little, what are we doing here?
I mean, this is a headline we did at RTI just yesterday. How much Tennessee basketball is reportedly paying Juke Harris. That's all you have to, and that's obviously you're trying to get people to be like, oh, I want to know that.
That's true, but I like a good sensational headline.
You would.
I mean, it's just, just crazy.
You probably used to be a regular with the National Enquirer.
I mean, I read them all cover to cover when I was a kid.
I thought TASS was your news
of the
service
world.
of choice.
Bat Boy. Ed Anger, you remember that guy?
No.
He was a columnist.
Wow, you really did read it.
Yeah.
The Enquirer, did you believe it?
No.
Why'd you read it?
When you'd run out of like comic books at Henderson's or Long's drugstore.
I guess it's the same thing as watching professional wrestling when you know it's fake.
Yeah. This Ed Anger guy just basically became.
Who?
His name, you can look it up. He wrote these crazy like pro-America articles.
Oh, yeah. I can see how you would find that crazy.
They were over the top.
What, like we were the good guys in World War II?
No. It would he would get offended. He'd fit right in today. I don't know. You just have to look him up and read some of them.
The 9/11 hijackers had mostly peaceful intentions.
Yeah, no, I don't know anything about that. The Saudi Arabians.
Iran-Contra was a good thing.
I really don't understand what it is you're doing right now.
The Viet Cong made some good points if you would only stop and listen. Saddam Hussein, misunderstood genius.
He was a psychopath.
Phil is next. Good afternoon, Phil.
Where's that, Debbie?
Hey, Philly.
You Bobbins from Maradona.
Doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm glad to see Barry back in the saddle today. He's back to his old self,
Yes.
Nothing's going to hold me down.
Guys, we got to get DGG. I mean, that's just imperative.
Imperative?
I don't get it. Be the first. It'll probably take 10% of the UT fan base will go against him.
Really? You think failure to land David Gabriel Georges would be the first brick in the wall, Pink Floyd?
Well, really, the first brick in the wall was that Georgia game last year, and then the Vanderbilt game is the second brick in the wall. But I can forgive him if they can get DGG and give him another year. You know what I mean?
DGG's worth another year. It's a
Yeah,
big
because you
recruit.
get him, you might have a chance to win a championship, and he'll be around for. He'll probably be around forever then.
Phil, did you get fired up when you heard Chris Lowe talking about what he wrote in his piece about the comparisons, some of these other former players? And then Chris took it even further, talking about like Jadeveon Clowney and Julio Jones. I mean, those are guys that have done a lot in the NFL. I mean, big time players.
Yeah, and he probably has a chance to be the best running back ever come out of the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
The best what?
Running back to ever come out of the state of Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else is in that conversation. Jalen Hurd, I guess.
Johnny Jones.
Leroy Thompson.
Reggie Cobb.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, there have been some good ones, man.
The Leroy Thompson was a great player at Austin East. I mean,
I feel like we lost a couple of those like South Middle Tennessee guys to Alabama back in the 90s.
I don't know the running backs. I remember Santonio Beard went to Alabama, but he did not turn out to be very good.
Oh, who was the big-time linebacker, Phil, from down in that area?
I played in the mid-state, Tullahoma. I know you're talking about it. Can't think of his name.
It's about there was
London.
Dante Hightower was from the mid-state, wasn't he?
Dante?
Yeah, but it was one before the back when
no, I'm talking like back in
Bruce
the old
Collins was
days.
coach. So they had a great player from Tennessee that was a pain in their butt. But Bob said the basketball team was looking pretty good. I mean,
yeah, I mean, we heard a little from McKee yesterday, and one of the things I had heard from some of my other guys at RTI, I think I posted that on the live chat yesterday. We didn't cover it as much, but it sounds like Day-Day Ames looked really, really good in the media workout on Monday as well. I love hearing because I've been excited about Jalen Harrelson from the get, and it just, again, everybody's starting to kind of flock to that comparison of like maybe even a more elevated version of Josiah Jordan-James, which I'd be down for that. I love that kind of player that's kind of toolsy and can do a bunch of different things, because we got guys that can score the ball. I mean, I know Harrelson needs to keep working on that, particularly shooting from range, but it sounds like he does so many other things. It's going to be tough to keep him off the court.
the Lumberlake kid, when's this back thing going to be taken care of?
I don't know, man. That's starting to, I know it's super early.
Worried?
A little bit. I mean, because
he's missing time. You fall behind.
Yeah, and we had him on our podcast, and man, after I heard him talk, I was like, this guy is going to be fantastic just as a leader, and guy's got no fear as a shooter. This is going to be a fantastic fit. I just want to see him get out there.
I feel like that's happened a couple of times through the years with Barnes guys, where newcomers come in and they're banged up or whatever in the summer. And that's the time, he's talked about it. We're teaching the terminology, how we do things, our sets, how we defend things. And, there's a lot that goes into that. And if you're not out there, he's out there and observing and everything. But if you're not going through it full speed, it's harder to pick up.
Yeah.
I see where Tennessee's offered, I think, 3 players in the high school ranks for 27. And one of them's an in-state player, the kid out of Brentwood.
Yeah, I haven't paid that much attention to that. So they've got 3 that they're in on so far?
Well, they got that guy that's Malachi Jordan out of Nashville. He's a 5-star. And then this guy they offered yesterday, he's 5-star. I don't know what his name is. It's on Twitter. I mean,
yeah.
I say if they're not 5-stars or high 4, they won't even go after them.
Hey, on the live chat, Phil and Bear, I got 2 names that came in: Antonio London from Tullahoma and Albert Means from Tresvant.
Albert Means, a house that can move. Lynn Lang.
What caused all that probation
Yep.
in Alabama, wasn't it?
Lynn Lang sold him to Alabama for $200,000. There's a book about written about it called Bragging Rights 25 years ago. Wow.
Well,
Wild
good old
story.
days back in Alabama, Memphis back in.
Who were the two boosters, Phil?
Logan Young
And Roy Adams.
and Roy Adams. That's the two big dealers in Memphis back in. One was a Tennessee lover and one loved Alabama. So that's pretty cool, you know.
And Logan Young ended up like falling down his stairs and dying. And they thought that like Roy Adams had something to do with it. I'm not kidding. Like that whole thing was crazy 25 years ago when that was going down. That was when Fulmer was playing private detective, like surreptitiously recording recruiting analysts, trying to get them to go on the record that Alabama was buying these players and turning them into the NCAA, which precipitated all the lawsuits and him getting subpoenaed, as other people would say, at SEC Media Days. That was a wild time, Phil.
Yeah, I remember. I think Basilio had Roy Adams on as a guest on the show at one time. That was the most hilarious stuff ever up on the radio.
Back in the infancy of the internet, before all this stuff was streamed and podcasted, and those were fun times.
All right, guys, see.
Just that they wheeled in a TV with. Wasn't that what they did for Fulmer? They wheeled in the TV.
No, it was like one of those teleconference things.
Oh.
It was just like a speaker, and all the cameras were recording the speaker. It was surreal.
Boy, it just means more, man. That Alabama-Tennessee rivalry. How you tell me that Ohio State and Michigan don't have anything on Tennessee, Alabama?
Come on, bro.
They've never avoided.
No.
They've never avoided
Okay.
subpoenas or.
All right.
I mean, if you want a Big Ten Russ over here, Bob.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Argentina is, like England is under siege right now. Their goalkeeper's playing out of his mind. He's had a couple just incredible saves.
I mean, when's the last time they took fire like this? A blitz?
This is reminiscent of the Falkland Islands War, I would say.
Yeah, that was Maggie Thatcher. They kind of pummeled him, didn't they?
Maggie Thatcher.
Oh, Mags,
Yeah.
as she was known, the Iron Lady.
Oh, she's really well thought of by a lot of people.
She is, man. She's their Reagan. I mean, I understand your kind. The lefties don't look kindly on her. But there's a lot of people who think that Great Britain needs another Maggie Thatcher.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but not a good deal over there right now. What with the rape gangs and rampant knife stabbings on the street.
They've got gun control, though.
Oh, yeah. It's working. It's working. I mean,
Everybody just
who
stabbing
wants,
each
yeah,
other.
who wants to get shot when you can get stabbed? Great. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on board, 966-3435. Back to wrap up hour number 2 of the show right after this.
The Drive.
East Tennessee Sports Authority.
Afternoon edition of the program. Thank you for tuning in here today. Big Dog West Tennessee says Logan Young died by falling down the stairs at his home. When he was walking up the stairs with a bowl of salad and a drink, he fell and lost his balance, hit his head on the stair post. Wow. Are you familiar with the Logan Young, Roy Adams saga, Bob?
No.
It involved the recruitment of, when we talked about him earlier, didn't we?
Albert Means,
Alabama,
the coach at Memphis Trezevant, was Lynn Lang. I think he might have ended up going to prison because he essentially just sold this kid. The kid, they call it, he was a house that could move, is what they said. He was like 6'4", 300 pounds from Memphis. And that's what set Fulmer off. Was there was, at the time, supposedly a gentleman's agreement that, look, we all buy players, but you don't come into my state and buy players.
Yeah.
And so that's when Fulmer, he hit a tape recorder in a briefcase, I believe, and interviewed, the guy's name was Tom Culpepper. He was like a recruiting analyst. This is before Rivals and all that stuff. And he was like, got him on tape talking about Alabama buying players and turned those tapes over to the NCAA. Alabama.
I mean, if Fulmer wasn't a football coach, he should have been a cop. The way he liked to get involved with investigations.
Jamie is up next. Good afternoon, Jamie. You're on the Drive, Fan Run Radio.
I mean, he was corrupt like a cop. Is that what you meant, Barry?
Coach Fulmer?
Yeah,
Here's the thing, though, man. To win in this sport, you've always had to been able, forget the gray area, man. Like, there's no honor amongst thieves. There was nobody that was winning at a high level in college football or college basketball in the 1990s, early 2000s, who wasn't, as you put it, corrupt.
Oh, I agree 100%. But I mean, let's just keep it a hundo. If we could. I was picking up what you was laying down there, Barry. I thought it was funny during that era too, listening to Jimmy Himes. A reporter that can't pronounce words is funny, and leave it. Oh, that's so UT. We got our main guy here can't pronounce subpoena.
Well, that's because he's a LSU Tiger from the Bayou.
Which was more ridiculous, Supino or Donta?
Who said Donta?
Jimmy couldn't pronounce Dante.
No, I said Donta earlier because there was a Donta Hightower. I mean, there was a Dante and Donta. Yeah, Donta played for Alabama.
Well, guys, there's a co-host, Fan Run co-host that I've got mounds and mounds of respect for. Bino, the guy, you know, he's hilarious. He's funny. He's been around forever, and I love it. Everything about him. Except, what's that?
He's not bad.
No, he's pretty good. But he did say something earlier in the week that kind of made me. I had to disagree a little bit. I want to get y'all's take on it. He said one thing is for sure you can say if we don't get George, is that you can't say that Heupel can't recruit with the big boys, and that's such a Mississippi State level statement to me. We're not here to finish, to prove that we can recruit amongst the big boys. We're here to sign big boys. This is UT. This ain't Ole Miss. This ain't Kentucky. And I wonder if just if he's still the lingering effects of, the first 15 years.
I get you. I don't understand why you're calling into our show when you got an issue with Beanstar. I mean, call into his show and rip.
I don't have an issue with him, Barry. Can you hear?
Because you're scared.
Clear your ears.
Clear your ears.
I just prerequisited my statement with I got a lot of respect for the guy. I didn't say I had a problem with it. I said I disagreed with him. All right, Bob and Russ, what do you think?
I think I heard this too. I don't know. I mean, look, if we put a $2 million offer out to this kid and he doesn't come, and I mean, I don't know. You could look at it one of two ways. Like we got bigger problems, or we took a full swing.
I'm sorry. What is Bino's position on DGG?
If I'm stating this correct, Jamie, it's like if we don't get him, you can't fault Heupel for going for it.
Yeah, he's already softening the landing spot if we don't get him, saying, "Oh, if he doesn't get him, you can't say that he can't recruit amongst the big boys because we'd finish second for a 5-star in our own state."
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what Chris Lowe was saying, is that if we don't get him, it's not going to be for lack of effort.
Yeah,
but I see both sides of this one, Jamie. I hear what you're saying. It's like, yeah, if you're substantially bettering Ohio State's offer and you're an hour and a half away and they don't choose you, that's a bad look. But
yeah, it's bad look.
I also would say that, I mean, Ohio State has just been miles better than us for a long time now, including, they beat our ass in a game head to head not long ago. So, I mean, I can't fault anybody for wanting to be a part of that.
No, you can't. You can't. I want us to embrace, where we've been these last few years under Heupel and Barnes and Vitello. Man, let's play the part of, we're up here at the top, amongst the winners. Let's not pretend like we're not. Hey, this is UT, guys. I mean, for the love of Pete. Anyway, guys, I have the music. I'll get out of the way.
Appreciate the phone call. Hour number 3 of the drive coming up on many of these fan-run affiliates. Stay with us.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Only 3 homestands remaining for your Knoxville Smokies, and some of the best promotions are still to come. Join us the last week of the month for Paint the Park Pink Night or Knoxville Giants Night. In August, we've got UT Night and free hot dog night, and we end the season in September with Ice Bears Night and Fan Appreciation. So much fun still to come. So get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies. Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, Ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Wednesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in to The Drive as we begin our third and final hour with today's Top 5 at 5, brought to you by our friends at ECR Total Landscapes. Number 1, it looks like Argentina has done it again. This is like how many times in this tournament that they've been trailing and come back late. Down 1-0 to England. They score in what was that, about the 80th minute? And then again about 10 minutes later, and they're up 2-1 as we were awaiting the final whistle. Going to come any second now.
Yeah,
in
probably
Atlanta.
for sure in the last minute here of extra time.
It's the story of this tournament to me. The teams that go for it, England is just sitting back and absorbing pressure. And they're lucky to have lasted as long as they did. And Argentina went for it. Even after they got the equalizer, they went for the winner. Yeah. And England just sat back. And I don't get it. This is going to be tremendously
I hate Argentina.
Disappointing for them. No Wonderwall today, Bear.
I know. Sucks, but hopefully our Spanish brothers will be able to get it done this weekend. When will the final be?
Sunday.
What time? Instead of kickoff?
I think 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think we're all rooting for Spain, aren't we?
I mean, that's the thing that kind of stinks about it. I don't care. I guess. What has Argentina given us? Was there a big musical there years ago? Don't Cry for Me, Argentina?
Oh, it's Evita. Is it Evita?
It's Evita.
Yeah. And we're Eva Perón.
I think a good steaks. I've always heard.
Argentinian?
Yeah.
Gave a good hideout to the Nazis after World War II, allegedly.
I don't think it's really a legend. I think it's where a lot of them ended up that escaped.
You think Hitler got on that submarine?
No.
Lived out his life down there?
I think he was a syphilitic drug addict.
Oh!
And I think he was a coward. And
what am I woeing the Hitler hate for?
Yeah, that's always.
I think we ought to
take it
pump
easy.
the brakes here. The guy's not here to defend himself.
That was always one of Cody's
going
funniest takes.
going a little heavy on Adolf there.
I mean, do you send your condolences about Adolf Hitler? I mean, do you say something nice? I don't know.
I don't think so.
It's a final now.
Oh. Argentina has defeated England. They will play Spain for the World Cup title on Sunday. Heartbreak for the Brits. I feel that one. I feel it in my plums, Bear. Those are our my descendants. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm guessing my people came from somewhere over there, the Isles. Scotch, Irish, something like that. No, I don't want to give that information to the authorities.
Well, the problem is anybody in your remotely related to you does. You're dunzo.
Have you done it? Would you do it?
No, I think my sister did.
What'd you find out? There's always some, you don't know. I mean, there's always like, you're like 5% African.
Oh, sub-Saharan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Bob, would you do the 23andMe?
I would.
I would like to do it too. I want to know what's in these bones.
Do it.
What's in this blood?
Go on, buddy.
That would actually be really fun to do for the show. Like we all do it and then read our results live on air. Well, I'm 20% Aboriginal Australian.
See, my older brother.
No idea.
My older brother did that. So,
well, you could never be a serial killer. They'll catch you.
What?
That's how they catch all these serial killers. Is like they think, oh,
it's a familial match.
Maybe Bob killed all these people in the late 80s and he's been living out his life. And like somebody, they get some circumstantial evidence. Somebody says, I think I saw him in Indiana at the time when all those young girls were going missing. And then they go in your garbage and they'll find like a cup with your saliva on it.
I mean, that's one way it works. The way it works at 23andMe is they'll just do a search of the whole database. They'll enter the DNA evidence they have. And then what'll spit won't spit you out because you haven't done 23andMe. But it might spit out your cousin Henry's.
Yeah,
and who's just doing it.
And then they'll go and get your cup and figure out and then they'll tie you directly
but they know
to
it's
it.
somebody related to him, and then they'll, that's how they caught that. There was a cop and caught the NorCal.
Yeah. It was that great HBO series, I'll Be Gone in the Dark or whatever. Yeah. That guy was twisted, man. He was sick.
I still wonder who the Zodiac is. I'll never forget that. Do you still know how to find that thing where it was maybe the Zodiac killer that was commenting on Ted Bundy?
I don't know, but we are way off base here. Number 2, Jake McCoy will play for the baseball Balls this year. He will not sign with the Blue Jays. Left-handed pitcher transferring from South Carolina. He joins the Vols officially after being drafted in the 18th round by the Blue Jays. He has already moved to Knoxville. Missed his junior year this past season with the Gamecocks after having Tommy John surgery. Was a projected first-round pick before the injury. Why was he a first-round pick? I don't know. He went 4-5 his sophomore year with a 6.9 ERA in 14 starts. But the scouts saw something there, so we'll see. Maybe Austin Knight and Josh Elander can get it out of him.
Yes.
Number 3, Scotty Scheffler, the reigning champion golfer of the year, will head to the Open Championship this week as the favorite to retain the Claret Jug.
They play that at different courses each year.
Yeah, where are they at this year? It's not Royal Troon, is it?
I don't know.
I just like saying that word.
Royal no, that's where they were. Royal Birkdale, Southport, England. A links course.
And it's going to be unseasonably warm there, is what I've heard.
It's warm all over the continent this summer. Formula One's had a hell
That's
of a
what I've
time
always
with
loved
it.
seeing, though. You get up in the morning and because it's on the weekends at like 9 in the morning, and you watch a little golf. They're all bundled up because it's usually a little nippy over there.
Guys are wearing like sweaters,
They're
driving caps.
right on the coast of the North Atlantic. If you look at it, they're way up there, buddy.
Yeah.
This one?
I mean, typically, England, Great Britain itself
It says Southport, England. I'm guessing that's on the south coast.
That's probably still north of Canada.
Yeah, but they have summer. They have beaches in England.
Yeah, but a heat wave over there is like 80.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was probably pretty nice. Yeah, let's see. Where are we? Number 4. Does that sound good?
It's amateur hour, and you're doing
College
Go
football
ahead.
has never paid players to play in a neutral site game until now. Auburn is expected to share roughly $6 million with players in a groundbreaking NIL deal tied to the program's appearance in the Aflac kickoff game against Baylor on September 5th. Money will be distributed among up to 24 Auburn players under a guarantee model that includes marketing commitments and promotional appearances. Players will also be paid through a revenue sharing component tied directly to the game's ticket sales. How'd you like to be player number 25 who just missed the cut on getting some of the guaranteed $6 million in this game?
Probably pretty upset.
Yeah, I think you
Pretty
would be.
jealous. That's how much difference is there between like 24 and 25,
Yeah,
26.
right? I hope Baylor kicks their teeth in. That'd be so funny. I mean, I know for you, Bear, this is personal, what with Comrade Golish and everything.
Again, I'm
just
not
never gets
Russian.
old. Never gets old,
Said that
man.
repeatedly.
I did not
You do
realize Auburn's not had a winning record in 5 straight seasons.
They've had their lost in the wilderness period here.
They are
So they keep firing their coaches.
Yeah.
It ain't about the firing, it's about the hiring. They're hiring the wrong ones.
How do you think he's going to do down there?
I think he's going to do pretty good, but I thought Hugh Freeze was going to do pretty good. He did not do pretty good.
I have a lot more respect for Golish than I do the Right Reverend.
Well, I'm sure you do.
Idiot.
Number 5, an elderly woman in Florida has become the talk of her retirement community after vehicle licensing officials assigned her with a racy number plate. Pompano Beach resident Nancy Dell'Ostrito. I mean, that sounds like just such a sweet old
Nancy
woman.
Dell'Ostrito.
She's down there at Del Boca Vista on the shuffleboard.
Originally
She's
from Brooklyn.
knitting a quilt for her grandson. But apparently, Nancy went ballistic when she discovered her new license plate number was SQZ A55.
Oh, squeeze ass. Huh?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bear.
And
no
they
problem.
don't group them together in Florida. It's three characters and then a break and then 3 more characters. So
What's the most funniest? I always wanted the one that Kramer got.
Ass Man.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Hey,
So
everybody, it's the
he ordered
Ass
that
Man.
on. Well, no, he didn't order that on purpose. The proctologist did.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. That was the Fusilli Jerry.
Was that the episode?
Yeah. Because that's how somebody sat on it and had to go see the Ass Man.
See, one of my favorites was when Kramer got a hold of the Merv Griffin set.
That's my favorite because the surrealness of that
and
whole
he
episode.
turned it into his apartment.
Yeah.
And when people would come in, he would do the whole, laugh and clap, like, get over
They
here.
would go to
you know?
commercial breaks,
Yeah.
and it was it was a.
I thought that episode was overrated.
Whoa. He had the animal guy on there. Remember
Put it on the list
smell?
of awesome things Russell hates. It's not very long. Quote, I don't think a senior who is almost 77 will be driving around with a plate that has that to say, Del Stritto told CBS News in Miami, adding, quote, how could that pass inspection? I think it's just one of those things. Just a random thing, right? She got squeeze ass.
Yeah.
I don't know why I mean, old people, they get upset over silliness. Silly things sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So my last license plate I got, it said BLM, and then it was like, I don't know, the 055. I got a different one now.
I'm B&L.
But mine was BLM, and it was like, I got it at like the height of
Black Lives.
the Black Lives Matter like movements and protests and everything.
Yeah.
So everybody thought you were. They didn't realize it.
I don't know. That's the thing is I got it, and it was the first I noticed because it was like right after George Floyd. So you saw it all over the news, and so I was like, "Huh, that's interesting."
Did you go down and change it?
Well, I don't know. I played out this whole Larry David like scenario in my mind, where like I would call the DMV and be like, "Hey, just so you know, like my license plate says BLM, and it's not that I'm necessarily against the movement or not. I just don't want to draw any attention to myself. Could I get a different number?" And then like the guy on the other end is like some militant, like protester, and he's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? You don't like your license plate? No, it's fine." And then it becomes a whole thing. And then like I've got a news crew coming out to interview me at my house. Local man does not want BLM license plate. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to hide my face and everything. And then people are protesting in my front yard. I played out the whole scenario in my mind. I was like, I'll just roll with it. I did for a couple of years. It was fine.
So the old lady get a new license plate, or she's still the ass squeeze?
That's a good question.
At least it didn't say squeezer.
Some said neighbors have encouraged her to exchange the plate, while others, including family members and her sons, have told her to keep it. Nah, Mom, keep the ass squeeze. She said she's expecting a replacement plate and at first did not notice anything amiss when she got it in the mail. I mean, it took me a second. Like I was like, what's the big deal? And I was like, oh. It's not bad. But, I mean, if you are, first of all, 77, little old to be driving. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
I mean,
sure. 77?
Yeah.
I think 80's the kind of.
I mean, I don't know that there's
a line.
I don't know that there's any firm cutoff. I'm sure there's a 90-year-old out there with like just in great health who can drive just fine. I'm just saying, like, when you get to be, I think you ought to retake the driver's test every 5 years. Because, I mean, there's a lot of morons out there who do not know how to drive. Like, first of all, don't know how to drive. Don't know the rules. Have you been to a four-way stop sign lately?
Yeah.
People don't know the rules out there. I mean, this is basic stuff. You covered it in high school.
It's kindergarten level. You go in the order everybody rolled up to the stop sign.
Yeah, and the standard should be way higher, right? We should bump stuff up. People should have their driver's license taken away. They should have it suspended.
It's like relegation.
Well, you know my thoughts on the drunk driving penalties.
I don't think so. I'm not saying you should like be given a tricycle or anything. I'm just saying that
I think drunk driving penalties should be a lot harsher than what they are. 48 hours? You kidding me?
Everybody I know that's had a DUI said it's like the worst experience ever. Like you had your license suspended. You had to have like the hose where you had to blow on it to start your car. You have to do community service. Like I have several friends who've like had to spend a weekend in jail, like as part of their
a weekend in jail after you go out and risk everybody else's lives on the road.
Fair, agree. I'm not arguing with you, but my point is like, how do you see? It feels like every now and then you see, oh, this person, it was his 10th drunk driving arrest, and I'm like, we didn't go ahead and retire his license after 2 or 3.
Yeah, or didn't after number 3. I think that's when you ought to start looking at like you need to be doing like 3 to 5 in the state prison. I mean, if you're that out of control.
But yeah, you always see that online. It's like some woman, like who's only like 34 and she's had 10 DUIs.
Yeah, I saw one video of it the other day, and she thought she was going to escape by going to rehab again. And the judge was like, "No, you're doing 3 to 5 in the state penitentiary."
Yeah, need more judges like that. Bear, throw the book at them.
That's what I say.
Law and order, justice. Bear wants to send them to work camp. What's the American equivalent of Siberia, Bear? North Dakota, something like that? Alaska?
I mean, you watch as much prison stuff as I do. Other than some prisons that probably ought to be closed, like because of inhumane conditions. I don't think there's anything compares to prisons in other countries.
I'm for making prisoners work. Bring back the chain gang, man. We might as well get something out of them.
Working on the chain.
I'm for a prison work camp in Alaska. I'm just not for like taking ethnic groups there on trains. I'm talking about like our worst people.
Well, those people are all locked up at
the
violent ADX.
Yeah, the violent criminals. Let's put them in Alaska. Somewhere where even if they do escape, they have to cross 500 miles of rugged terrain that they can't get through. And let's put them to work, man. Let's get them.
Yeah, they've just got. I mean, some of those people you're locking them away, like ADX Florence.
I just saw on Facebook some friends of mine went on a big fishing trip in Alaska. Alaska looks beautiful. You're doing a disservice to Alaska.
I've been to Alaska. I went fishing in Alaska. It's outstanding.
Send them somewhere else, like New Jersey or
No,
something
just
like that.
they've got a place. It's called ADX Florence. It's in the Rocky Mountains.
It's where the manliest picture of Russell was taken. The fish picture.
It's the manliest picture of you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, it's not a high bar, but I mean, you got one manlier. I'll show you this picture, Bob. I'm like, I'm in the rugged. I'm in the rugged tray.
He's got like
I'm holding this like
rainbow
30-pound salmon. I hold it like my hands through its jaws. 30 pounds. Took me a minute, man. That sucker was hard to reel in. I'm not going to sit here and have aspersions cast on me from a man who has never caught a fish. Okay,
I've never done it.
Really?
No.
Never caught a fish.
Even when you were a little kid?
Yep. Nope. All I
Couldn't
caught
catch a
was
fish at the cross-eyed cricket.
Nope. Couldn't.
Wow.
Went on a deep sea fishing thing at Key West and couldn't. I mean, you can like look down because the reefs, it's
Couldn't
not that deep, but you
couldn't
can see
catch
the
it.
fish.
Guy would starve in the wilderness by himself. Can't catch a fish.
I don't know if I'd starve. I just
wants
wouldn't be
to
in a lot
make
of
fun
fish.
of my fish. Quick time out. It is the drive on
very
Fan Run
manly.
Radio. Your phone calls coming up.
The Drive.
Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show?
of the program. Hey, if you're watching over there on YouTube, do us a big favor, hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe. And if you haven't checked out the Fan Run Sports YouTube channel, do yourself a favor, go on there. You can interact on the YouTube chat. A lot of fun. And as you probably hear, sometimes we read from the comments periodically, especially if they're good ones. Let's talk to DR Vol. Good afternoon, DR. You're on the Drive, Fan Run Radio.
I've been watching it on YouTube. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was just telling Bob, like there's some people who just listen exclusively, and there are a lot of people who like have never clicked on the YouTube thing, and I get that, but it's growing. It's growing every day.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, I like watching it. I do find it weird when you play that Russian anthem that Bear pops up to attention.
I mean,
it's like Pavlov's dog, man.
Yeah,
I can make him stand up anytime I want.
You're both idiots.
Easy.
Stands up and the tears fall down.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Real couple little brain surgeons here. You guys in Mensa?
Bear, you're not military. You don't have to salute. So y'all were talking about drunk drivers. That's always been a question of mine. I knew a guy. He actually makes tools for a family company. His brother actually worked for TDOT, and unfortunately, he was hit and killed by a drunk driver working. And this guy had 5 DUIs. He's in the 70s.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, that's at some point, like if you're that family, you sue the state, or like I don't know what your recourse is, but it's like, you know, the judges, the system is responsible at that point. Like that guy should have been off the streets.
Should have been in state prison
at
that
3,
point,
certainly
5.
by 4, but there's no reason for that person to be out driving.
I mean, it's just, you see those things. That's something that our longtime close friend of the show, Mark Nagy, talks about. Anytime I see either people working, police officers that have somebody pulled over, I just immediately start looking to move at least one lane. I don't even want to be in a lane near anybody standing on the side of that thing.
No, too much can go wrong. I mean, we've got, you know, our family company, and they work on fire hydrants, and we've got guys had their hats knocked off and cars getting so close. And sometimes they're good about, like, cops will wait off into the distance and wait on these morons to not get over, and they'll write them a ticket, and that's what needs to happen. And I don't know. I'm sure this guy didn't have a driver's license. I don't know. You know, he's still going to drive it with or without a license. So I'm like, Bear, that many DUIs, you just need to stay in prison, and then you don't have to worry about drinking.
Yeah, you get nice little rehab program they've got in state prisons. It's called being locked in a cage, and you can't buy alcohol, so you're going to quit drinking.
I'm terrified of DUI. That's why I mean, I rarely, you know,
I've always been terrified of like accidentally running somebody over
with like 1 or 2, even like 1 or 2 beers. It's like, oh man, I don't know. Like I'm watching the speed limit, like not, you know.
I mean, everybody's got a smartphone, DR.
I think we've all done it before.
Almost all of us have, you know, the Uber app.
Yeah.
It's less than $20 usually to get anywhere in Knoxville.
Oh yeah.
And if you get a DUI, it's going to be several $1,000s if you don't hurt anybody.
Not to mention like just the hassle of going to jail would just suck, man.
Like
I just can't imagine what's going through your mind when they put you in the back of that car and you're just sitting there with the handcuffs on going, damn.
Oh, man, that's a crappy feeling.
I was told by a police officer years ago that it usually at minimum it's about $10,000 what a DUI is going to cost you.
Sure.
By the time you pay legal fees and all that, and then you got to put that tube in the car. That thing's freaking expensive, and I think they pay monthly on that. You ever talk about bad drivers, though? Nothing makes me more angry than the lack of usage of a blinker. Like, I think those people should be publicly executed. Oh, it drives me nuts. It takes 2 seconds. You're too damn lazy to put a blinker. Use a blinker when you're turning.
I'll be honest. I feel like I use my turn signal pretty often. I would 70% of the time.
Maybe. Oh, really?
Yeah. Is that low? High?
Pretty low, I think.
I mean, we're talking about like once I'm in my neighborhood, like if I'm in my neighborhood and I'm turning on street, like I'm using blinker. But if I'm on
Like a public
Kingston
road.
Pike,
Yeah.
Cedar Bluff, Dutchtown out here. Yeah, I'll use my blinker.
Yeah. You got to let the people know.
That's what I'm talking about, Russ. Like, yeah, in my neighborhood, if there's nobody in front of me or behind me, yeah, I'm talking about when you got somebody behind you and you're too damn lazy to use a blinker. Even if it is the neighborhood, it drives me nuts.
I know a couple of 100%ers use it all the time. Hudson, Davey is.
He'll like turn on his blinker when he's turning into his driveway.
Yes. If you're ever talking to Davey on the phone while he's driving, because he's got the loudest blinker.
It's a little dorky, but I'm not going to hate on it. I mean, better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I like using.
You're
the
a
term.
blinker all the time guy?
Yeah, because also I think about the fact that you don't know what's in your blind spot a lot of times. And so my car, it's a newer car. So when you turn it on, if something's in your blind spot, it's going to give you a warning.
That thing's got a hell of a blind
Oh,
spot.
I love the blind spot monitor.
Yeah.
How did we get
So
along
it
with
could be
that?
a little kid on a bike. It
Just
could
run-
be a number of
Oh, yeah.
things. So that's why I just kind of do it all the time.
If you're like me, just come close to running people off the road.
Let me ask you
without
this,
it.
DR. What is your position on when you're in a turn lane, right? And you're stopped at a stoplight in a turn lane. Everybody knows you're turning. Do I have to keep my blinker on while I'm stopped there, waiting on the light to change, just
should.
listening to the tick, 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 the whole time?
I turn my blinker on, man. I'm just so anal about it because
Okay.
I know how bad it annoys me. I'm weird about it. I got to use a blinker.
All
I'm
right,
going to
heavy-
complain about it. I need to do it.
Heavy rain, you're on the interstate. Do you turn your hazards on? Make sure everybody can see you behind?
If it's hard to see, yes.
Yeah, you almost have to.
GBO
Bob,
Cow
right,
Beach.
those sensors.
GBO Cow Beach DR says, what about when you're pulling out of the gas station? He says he turns his blinker on when he's pulling out of the gas station back on the road.
Oh yeah, that way you know which way the guy's going. Again, it's if cars are around you. Like they're just,
Yeah.
it's just common courtesy.
Yeah, I like to think that I'm aware enough to know when it's necessary and when it's overkill.
Yeah. Well, guys, I caught the tail end. I tuned in. I came out of a meeting, heard into Jamie's call. Are we at risk of not getting DGG? Is the tide turning on that?
I think
No.
I think we're buying too much of tomorrow's.
He's
trouble.
coming, DR.
Oh, I believe it. It's got me excited for next year too. I don't want to wish away my life, but next year, man, you got another year under Faison Brandon. You got this kid and all these young receivers. I feel pretty good about 2027.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's coming. I firmly believe it.
Year 2 of the Jim Knowles defense. Year 2 of Faison.
A week from this time, right now, he'll be.
We play all the SEC teams we're playing just in reverse. Is that how it works? Like we go to Texas, South Carolina comes here?
I think so.
Oh, I'd love to go down to Austin and kick their teeth in.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Eat some barbecue.
Now, I do have a complaint about yesterday's show. Bear, what is up with Walker talking crap about you fanning your chair?
Oh, it's not. He's not talking crap. He's just telling you. I don't want to throw off on the playbook guys, but
oh boy,
playbook guys, they're younger dudes, and that at times kind of stinky. And then when you add
Wow.
big kind of stinky, young guys, there's something about sitting down into like a smoldering hot chair. It's gross. Grosses me out. Somewhat of a germaphobe. So what I do is I get the fan here and then I cool the chair off, and that, gives me the illusion of not sitting in a big stinky germ infested chair.
Yikes.
Odor bucket.
Yikes.
I mean, me and Walker have our Febreze spray over here that we spray sometimes when it's kind of pungent in here. But we expect, you're talking about rooms where it's just like all dudes all day long. It's kind of
I can see like being in that room y'all are at. It does seem like it'd get hot in there. I don't know, Russ. It seems like Bear and Walker are always going at each other. Like I don't know if you need to do like team building exercises or what.
No.
Do what?
No, I'll go ahead and answer that for him. No,
I think we need to. I think we need to send Bear and Walker on a retreat, guys' weekend.
Do some serious trust fall action.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Because I'm really going to try and catch his big ass.
Nighttime nature hikes.
Well, my wife is, so we're in Bentonville, Arkansas, close to Fayetteville, and my wife's on a Walmart manager's retreat. And they're doing these team building exercises. They did one where they got a group of people. I think y'all should do it. They get a group of people and they name 3 things, and they've got to figure out what all 3 of those things have in common. And she told me about one, and it took me a minute to figure it out, but I did. And I'll ask this and hang up because this is sports related. But they asked, what do the Black Sox, Bill Clinton, and Knox Catholic all have in common?
You're a loser.
Whoa. Hold on.
They
The
didn't ask
Black
him that.
Sox, Bill Clinton, and Knoxville, they all cheated.
Yeah, cheaters.
That's it.
Wow.
I mean, that's what you get. I didn't tell Cat my alma mater to hire the guy who got fired at Bearden for illegally recruiting. And again, I mean, it's just a bad idea to hire a bunch of guys from Powell. Logan.
Wow.
I'm holding Quentin directly responsible for this debacle.
That's good.
That's yeah.
Quite the jump there. Anything to avoid taking responsibility,
Quentin
huh?
was sheeping it up for him for the past, as long as I've known him.
Anything to avoid accountability.
I didn't have anything to do with it. I don't have anything to do with that program. I just went to school there.
Hey, Jeff Harrison on the live chat says we play other SEC teams next year.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's kind of like a snake thing,
But in 2028, we'll play this year's upcoming schedule but in reverse.
Okay. I like that better. We get to
see
different teams on the schedule.
Want another shot at Eli Drinkwitz.
Well, that'll be even better. That'll be Faison's junior year.
Yep.
Should be ready to cook Texas on the road.
Oh, I thought I can't wait till we get to hang like 70 on Drinkwitz again.
Yeah,
it's always fun.
So we should play at Mizzou next year?
Oh, I don't know.
Because the last time we played them was there.
Yeah,
they'll play here.
Oh, if they come here next year and we've got it rolling with Faison and DGG.
I'll stand on business, Josh.
Stand on his face.
Yeah, so do I, Dorkwitz. Rugrat.
Roberto is next. Hello, Roberto.
Hey guys, I got to get it with Bear on this one. I'm no matter how many. If you're over one offense, I'm thinking 3 to 5. Actually, it's funny or not. Ironic. Mark Nagy reported on an accident I was in 6 years ago during just coming out of like COVID time. Okay, this time 6 years ago, a guy was drunk. Did it, where they were they're building that right in front of the big church there in South Knoxville, the Sevier Heights. He decided to run his Oldsmobile into the sidewall and then do a backflip and hit me head on. And I was in the hospital for 24 hours. I had 96 x-rays. I had a CT and an MRI, right? And he did 48 hours in the drunk tank on his 4th offense.
Yeah. That guy needs to not be able to drive anymore.
Never. I mean, I'm just a Tuesday at 2:30 on a Tuesday going home to see my wife and kids early. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's a big trigger for me.
If you're driving drunk, anytime is not good. But at 2:30 in the afternoon
on a Tuesday,
Jeff Foxworthy, you might have a problem.
He's probably drunk from.
You might be an alcoholic.
I worked with a guy that got busted at like 12 noon, but he was still drunk from the night. He'd been to bed, woke up, thought he was all right, and he still blew a .10. He was smashed, yeah, for sure.
Well, I digress, but I wanted to share that because I have a heavy disdain for people that drink and drive. I mean, like if I have 2 beers, I don't get behind the wheel, period. I mean, Uber exists, so does Lyft and, friends. I was going to ask you, Bear, did I hear correctly that you've never caught a fish?
That's well-known drive facts. Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
And drive lore, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had never heard that. The irony of a man named Bear never catching a fish isn't lost on me.
I mean, I never really went. My dad wasn't big into like outdoor stuff, so he never really took us fishing. I've never really been interested in it, so I haven't gone a whole lot. My brother's pretty good at it. I'm way too ADHD to sit and stare at a bobber in the water and wait for a fish. And
then
if you're not eating it,
ADHD,
I mean, I just don't see. I don't know. It looks kind of painful to the fish to me.
Oh my God.
So
you're such.
I mean, he's to be fair to Bear, he's not wrong. I mean, I'm pretty sure getting your lips ripped off your face probably doesn't feel too good.
You can't grill it until you kill it.
I do know, it's secondhand, but remember when Houston had all his fishing lures in his bed for some reason, Russ, and he got one caught in his leg. So, I've gotten one caught in my hand. That's what happened at the Cross-Eyed Cricket. I didn't catch a fish down there.
You caught yourself at the Cross-Eyed Cricket? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I did. No.
God dang, Bear. I tell you what, we're going to teach you how to throw a crankbait so you can get that ADHD out.
I don't think I need to. It's all right.
We should have a dry fishing trip. That'd be fun.
I mean, Cress offered to take me.
Cress is a hell of a fisherman. I fished with him a couple occasions. That guy can really fish, Bear. If you can't catch fish with Cress, I promise you need to change your name to Panda at that point because you ain't ever going to fish.
He's just, nah.
I'm telling you, he's a great fisherman. Well, guys, Russ, to answer your one question about Jake McCoy, why was he projected as a first-round draft pick? I caught that earlier, even with, I think it's 4-6 and a north of 6 ERA, because he can run it up to 100 from the left side. There's 35 guys in the world that are left-handed can run it up to 100. So, yeah, that's why. And Argentina ripping out England's guts, man. Hey, Russ, you didn't give me is this the worst thing to happen to England since? What would that one be? I haven't heard that one yet today.
Worst thing to happen to England since they lost their empire.
No, I was gonna say affordable dental care. See ya.
I think they finally fluoridated their water.
Worst thing to happen to England since the Spice Girls?
Whoa.
Worst thing to happen to England since the Blitzkrieg?
Man, that was pretty bad.
What else has gone wrong
in England
for the Brits? Yeah, I mean, when you've been around for over 1,000 yards, too soon.
Yeah.
Princess die.
I mean, was their last crushing defeat in World Cup?
I mean, about 4 years ago, I guess.
They've been on a pretty hot streak lately again, though.
Well, they're always getting to the semifinals or finals of these big tournaments.
Yeah.
They just can't get over the hump.
Most of the Premier League play in England. Or do all of them.
By the way, Missouri is, in fact, on the 2027 schedule.
Worst thing to happen to England since Oasis broke up?
Yeah, but they're back together now. They united the country.
Since the Beatles broke up.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll workshop that.
Commissioner Bockwinkel said worst English performance since Boy George.
There you go. Okay. Worst thing to happen to England since George Michael got caught in that men's room showing his wiener to a cop.
Poor George.
I don't know. I think you ought to keep things to yourself when you go use the restroom.
Probably so.
Yeah, we've talked about that this week.
We did? I thought we've held it together. It's been rather highbrow for us this week.
Walker's a coward. He won't bring any of the good stuff to the table.
I mean, our coverage of the explosive diarrhea outbreak is a public health service. That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I take no pleasure from having those kinds of conversations.
We never did get back around to that one.
We don't need to.
I mean, apparently, Doge laid off the people. This is what a story that's going around. Doge laid off all the people that watch for that stuff coming in the country, all the people. Didn't think it was a good thing to spend money on.
I mean, you don't miss it until it's gone.
Speaking of that, before the show
Bureaucrat
ends,
Bear wants to rehire the lettuce checkers.
I mean, I ate loads of fresh fruits and produce. So
I was saying before this show ends, I've got a food proposition for y'all.
Oh, okay.
See if you would do it. I think I might.
That's what we call tease in the business, Bear.
I've got a hilarious. You were texting a mutual friend, a friend of ours, and you had no idea
Me?
what his Bob.
Oh,
when you were texting, you'd sent Cody a text. So Cody's getting ready to get slid in a CT machine.
Oh yeah.
Well, Bob doesn't know that. Take a quick time out. The shocking conclusion of The Drive coming up. Speak now, forever hold your peace. We're back with more after this.
The Drive, the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run.
You ever heard of the Pasta Pass at Olive Garden?
Yeah. Up alley.
Uh-huh. This is how it works. $100 plus tax. The pass grants unlimited access to the never-ending pasta bowl for 13 weeks. And that also will include unlimited soup, salad, breadsticks. There's up to 120 possible combinations of pastas, sauces, and proteins.
I'll never understand how you can have like one of the goated elite salads in all of restaurantdom and your bread sucks that bad.
Whoa. The breadsticks at Olive Garden?
When you compare them to the
Delicious.
salads,
Yeah, I like them.
They're horrible.
Wonderful. You sop up your Alfredo or whatever with it, with a little salad. Oh, man, it's great. What's wrong with you?
So if you take advantage of this for the entire 90 days, that's like $1 a meal.
If you eat there every day, but you got to go to Olive Garden every day and sit down. And,
That just doesn't sound healthy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
It's a lot of carbs.
It is, man. Pasta,
a lot of
that's where
carbs.
they get you, Bob.
40 pizzas in 30 days.
I don't know, man.
I've had over 40 pizzas. In the
I mean,
last
even
30
if,
days.
honest to God, even if you did it once a week for 13 weeks, that's still like not even $10 a meal.
They're still making money off of you.
It's pretty good. Go do it, Bob.
What are your choices on the pastas?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Well, they have 120, so it'd be tough to go
They have
through
120 pastas?
100 combinations of pastas and sauces.
It's
and proteins.
fettuccine, penne.
I'm sure it's penne. It's fettuccine,
Fusilli?
angel hair. I'm sure. I don't know. I mean,
I like
What's
the kind
I
that's
like the one with the steak
stuffed.
in it.
I like the one that's like stuffed. It got a little cheese in it inside.
Cannolis.
Yeah.
Cannellonis. What are they called?
Yeah, I think it is cannelloni. That's good.
Yeah.
Ravioli.
It's adding. It's by the way.
Ravioli.
Listen to this too. They're adding spicy Alfredo to its sauce list.
Okay.
Crispy shrimp frita is an add-on protein option.
Don't know what it is, but it sounds good.
Spicy shrimp.
That sounds good, man.
I think you should do it. Keep us up to date. I went to Olive Garden again last night. Bob comes in here tipping $3 bills.
100 bowl of pasta in 100 days, Ross.
How's that pasta bowl? That really is never-ending pasta bowl, Bob.
I don't think I. And I
You're
say
wearing
all
some
this-
never-ending pants right now.
I was gonna say I say all this. I don't think I've been to an Olive Garden in like at least a decade.
I haven't, though. It's probably been a good 15 years for me, but
Yeah.
their salads are elite. They used to have this pasta that had like steak chunks.
Oh, yeah, steak gorgonzola Alfredo.
Oh.
It's back.
What?
It's back.
You kidding?
I had it recently. It's good.
Is it still as good as it was?
Yeah, it's good. Same
I
thing.
wonder if they have a sausage combo with the pasta.
I'm sure you can get many different kinds of meats there, Bob.
I'm a big sausage guy.
Let's get Tim in here next.
Great.
Good afternoon, Tim. You're on the Drive, Fan Run Radio.
Good afternoon. I agree with Bear. Those breadsticks are a waste of carbs.
Oh, my God.
Come on.
I tell you, that salad's elite, though, man.
True. It heads off to Walker because that colon cleanse bug, he was the first one to bring it up on the news about a month ago because I had it. And a couple of days later, I heard him on the top 5 at 5, and I'm like, that's what that was. And now it's on every news story. You can't get away from it.
Is it
Heads
one
off
of
to the
those
top
things where
5
if you
at
get
5.
it once, you're done? Is it like COVID, like you have immunity for a couple months?
Probably. Yeah, I have been avoiding the pre-made salads, though. And, on the repeat offenders, I mean, I lived and worked in both North Dakota and Far East Russia. This time of year is wonderful. It doesn't get dark till like midnight, but heck, send them to somewhere near the equator where no matter what time of year, it's dark at 6:45.
You worked in Far
Where,
East
like,
Russia?
Oh yeah, Sakhalin Island, man. It was wonderful.
Bearer has many questions for you. He's looking. He's got a gleam in his eye right now.
Really don't.
But is the new DC? Is he going to call it from the field or from the box?
That's a
this
great
year?
question.
I don't think we figured that out yet.
Yeah, ask your doppelganger.
He's on his honeymoon.
Say, yo, me. What's the deal? I can't. Do you have we seen any pictures of him? Like it. I feel like maybe I've seen him in the box.
I bet he's in the box, but I
He
don't know
looks
that
like
for
a box
fact.
guy, more cerebral.
Yes. Yeah, like his lab, right?
I'm the man in the box.
Well, let's hope it makes a difference wherever he's standing or sitting. Oh, all right. Well, appreciate you guys. We'll call you later.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. What's that guy's name? Jim Knowles?
Jim Knowles, yeah. Is that with a K or an N?
Do a little Google search. It's a K.
K.
I mean, come on, man.
The Google.
All the pictures I see, I don't see any pictures of him in the box. There's a picture of him wearing the headset, and he's definitely not in the box. But he might be a sideline guy. So he's on the sideline there. Looks like he's on the sideline at Ohio State. I think we got ourselves a sideline coach is what we got right here. Boy, you're going to get, how funny is it going to be every time they go to Jim Knowles and we think, oh my God, he looks so much like Bear.
I don't think he looks that much like me.
He looks exactly like you. You got to flesh out the beard. Like you go goatee, he goes full beard. You got to bring it up. You got to get on Jim Knowles' level, buddy.
I might when it cools off in the fall.
Full beard's too hot.
Yeah, it gets kind of itchy. And what's weird, like over here on the sides, like what would fill out the beard is not as gray as like this part where my goatee is. So kind of two-tone it.
I'm becoming an old gray beard around
Hollywood
the chin
Hogan
here.
kind of thing. Rocking.
Commissioner Bachwinkle wants to know, are Olive Garden breadsticks on the ever-growing list? They are.
Yeah, they're one of the plank.
One of the earlier ones,
Yeah.
as I recall.
I've gone over some. There's a couple things that need to be taken off there, as always.
Eibel's Neckbeard calls Olive Garden bread hot dog buns.
It was the kind of thing when they first opened up, they were decent, but like everything else, they're just quality's gone downhill. Do better, Olive Garden.
You wait a minute. Can I just point out the obvious lie here?
What's that?
You said you haven't been to Olive Garden in like 10 years.
Longer than that. He's 15.
15 years. And you want to cast aspersions on something you haven't had since the Obama administration?
I know that it's because it's part